Live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It is a great day to be alive on this Wednesday. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. My name is Ben Brust alongside the patriotic Kyle Wallace and his
God
white.
bless America.
Oh, wow.
God bless it. That's what I told my girl when I put it on today. She said, that looks real American. I said, God bless America.
This is finally what I've been asking for.
literally.
Yes.
Kyle to say something of substance, not just, it's hump day.
Oh, well, you called out my shirt, and I said, I love America.
He sure does, that Kyle Wallace.
Really quickly, I know we got to bounce around. My mother saw this, and she said, Kyle, you've had that polo for a while. I had to pick her up from the bus station today. She took my car, actually. Said, you had that for a while. She was kind of looking at it. I said, so? Love America.
How long have you had it for?
Well, if she's saying something, probably 8 years.
Well, I mean, if she's
that's
saying
not that
if she's
long.
saying something, we don't know if it was from this week or 8 years ago because
No.
Kyle stays at his parents' house when his baby girl goes out of town. So it could have been like, I saw you wear that last week.
No,
or I saw you wear that 8 years ago.
No, she saw me. She saw me wear this quite frequently. I have so many stories, actually, I didn't even think about.
Well, are you going to share any? What's going
What do you
on?
mean stories?
So,
What'd you just think of?
Well, I just thought about.
Is it going to be good or bad?
Well, I think it's good because you talk about the house thing, and so my mother, I picked her up from the bus station today, and she used my car. She just got back from Michigan. She flew back in and then drove up here, or took the bus up here, and she needed a ride to get home. And I said, "Hey, Mom, just take my car for the day, and I'll find a way. I'll hit up my brother to get home." But I said, "Hey, by the way, you can use my car, but in the back seat, I have some clothes I've been trying to take to the dry cleaners. You think you can drop them off for me?" She said, "Yes."
That's love.
That is love.
That's love, right? That's a mother's love.
It is. I said, because in my mind, I'm like, I can't make it, but if she has my car, she can take it.
Was there any like
you literally
like,
are
Kyle Wallace,
still
you're a grown
attached
man?
by the umbilical cord.
You said what?
Is there any like, come on, Kyle, you're a grown man.
No,
you can take your own. There's none of that.
She works part-time, so she has time. If she's going to use my car, she got to be able to do something for me.
Part-time you, part-time working.
Yeah.
She got a full-time job.
Yeah, that's full time right there.
well, not my fault. I didn't have to be born.
That's actually very fair.
I'm going to tell baby girl, I'm going to tell your baby girl to use that on you. If your daddy ever give you attitude, tell me. You didn't ask to be here.
Don't tell her that.
That is a really good comeback,
I didn't
though.
ask to be here. That's probably like, I don't know. You realize that you can say that at Kyle's age. The last thing I need is a teenager saying, I didn't ask to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give me the 20.
You could easily weaponize that.
You got to tell her. As soon as that girl's talking.
Yeah.
100%. Y'all don't realize, I tell kids all the time, like the candy thing, y'all thought I was joking. I would literally tell kids, no, you right. That candy, it's bad. You should tell them. I'm going to tell your daughter.
Wow, I'm having some severe trauma already 5 years from now sitting here in this seat. Brad Nortman, longtime NFL punter, Super Bowl 50 runner-up. Alex Strofer on the show. KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. And now I'm thinking, like, is a 20 good enough? Right? Like when we were kids, if you asked your parents for, like, to go to the movies, like, it probably was, like, $10. And if you got a 20, you'd feel like you hit the jackpot. 20 nowadays can't do anything.
20, you got a budget. I mean, if you're going to the movies, that's what, an entrance and maybe one snack. I mean, you got to choose your priorities.
When your kids ask you for money, how much money do you give them?
I'm sorry, Brad over here fronting. Brad, what do you mean? How do you know how much snacks cost at the movies?
Yeah, you sneak them in.
That's exactly why. There's a reason why I
You're
sneak
still
them in.
budgeting.
I sneak
Are you
them
going to
in.
teach your children your
here's-
budgeting methods?
Here's what a smart child would do. They'd take that 20, and maybe they'd spend whatever the $10 on it, but they would spread
Dad.
that $10 much further. They go to a gas station or a convenience store. I'll tell you what, that one snack turns into about 3. Now you're thinking right there.
My mom, with my bank account, she used to give me probably like $20 a week for lunch and only spent $3 a day. So I came up a little bit each week.
$2 each week.
Well, about $3 a day.
Yeah.
I do wonder
$18. You had $2 left over.
Oh, yeah.
if you think about 20, like cause I used to get like a 22. Like, so, hey, you're going to the movies, here's a 20. That could go a very long way, to Ben Brust's point. Is that the equivalent to like a $40 now? I mean,
that's what I'm asking. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out, because now Kyle's got me in the, I didn't ask to be here. Now I'm thinking about how much I'm going to have to.
No, kids ask me for money. I called my little cousin yesterday just to talk to him about some stuff, and at the end of the call, he said, "Oh, you know what? I'm glad you called because I was reaching out to some people. I need some money." I said, "Bro, you are 22 years old. What do you mean you need some money? You got a job?" He said, "I can't work right now. The concussion I got right now, I can't work." I said,
Can't
"Okay."
work.
He has a concussion, so he's not allowed to do anything. Basketball player. Long story short.
Soft.
Wait a minute.
It's his sixth concussion.
Wait a minute. What do you mean soft? Didn't you take like 3 days off?
For real, though?
2 months ago for a concussion?
Bro, I was out for the count.
Soft.
Hey,
But I still owe him
what did I say
25.
earlier in the week or last week?
You're a hypocrite.
Never said I wasn't a hypocrite.
Big old hypocrite bid.
Now I do stand.
Do you have money, Kyle?
I did not send it yet. I actually have to send it to him, and
How much?
$25. That's it. Because I said, "Well, how much you need?"
It's
He
like a
said,
meal, basically.
No,
Yeah, he's
something with a-
gonna starve.
Some with a car. Some with a car. He said he needs
A car?
He said, no,
Why
he
is
can't.
$25 for a car?
He's gonna fill the tires with air.
I don't know. All I know is he asked me for money, and I said, "How much?" He said, "Well, how much you willing to give?" I said, "That ain't what I asked." I said, "What is the need?" Because if you need more, whatever, the need versus want are two different things. Want, cousin Kyle can't help you. Need, I can help you. How much?
Oh, that's sweet.
He said 25.
Bank of Kyle.
Well, what he needs is a car to pull up to the front of his driveway to drop off his McDonald's order.
Yeah, I wouldn't condone him spending my money on that right
Well,
now.
I think that's what he's
So,
saying.
is this because you're on a health kick?
I am on a health kick. I look down on people who don't eat healthy right now. 3 days.
Ooh, welcome to the-
$72.
Do you see this?
Welcome to the party.
Kyle's I'm on a diet for 3 days. He sees one of our teammates eating fries and he's judging them.
Ugh.
Really?
Ugh, why would they put that into their body? Their body's a temple. Brad talked about it yesterday.
Welcome to the team, Kyle.
Yeah.
Just silently judging everybody. It's
Next
a beautiful
2 weeks?
thing.
Is that what you do for real?
Yeah, see, I just look around the office.
Oh,
and I'm like,
boy.
oh, wow, they're doing that. They're going to eat that. Yeah, they don't know how long it's going to take to digest.
I wonder what
and
Brad truly thinks of me.
The way you
My
be-
They know
diet's
how much
awful.
sugar's in that.
I had a ring pop for lunch.
I heard that. I heard that floating around the office. There was a rumor that you were.
I heard that
having a
too,
ring pop.
actually.
And I thought, Alex.
Yeah,
Stroh.
ring pops aren't very good.
Word travels fast.
Yeah, who was talking about that?
Well,
And the whole office.
Yeah, the office was talking about Ben last week on the show with his little sucker he had.
Yeah.
Oh, his
The push pop.
Yeah, he had 4 of those, by the way.
His push pop
too
demonstration.
many.
I regretted it at the end of the Halloween party. I was like, I've had too much sugar.
I'm sure he
His
did.
tummy hurt more than like the 4-year-old strolling around.
Probably. Rob Demovsky of ESPN is going to join us at around 3:15, 3:20 today. But he did put out a tweet as the Packers ended practice. He had tweeted at Rob Demovsky. He is back on his Twitter account. No Jordan Love on the practice field. He rode around an exercise bike during team strength and did not go outside with those practicing. Also, 3/5 of the starting offensive line did not practice in Rasheed Walker, Elton Jenkins, and Josh Myers. Same with Josh Jacobs, Jair Alexander, Evan Williams. All did not practice. That is quite the laundry list of people who were not practicing. It is Wednesday. There is still time for them to get better. It sounds like the Lions are kind of taking the same strategy as 4 out of 5 offensive linemen, I believe, are down for the Lions today. The 4 starters on defense are down. Jared Goff not practicing today. So this is where I want to keep some perspective, because I know that Brad and Kyle they just want to wave the white flag here for the Green Bay Packers. But it's the middle of the NFL season. Everyone has bumps, bruises, and injury throughout their team. And so to want to wave the white flag on Sunday, I am fully against. But I do want to know, because outside of Jordan Love, right, he's got to go through his thing. I mentioned a lot of names. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen, Jacobs, Jair, and Evan Williams, did not practice. What of those guys do you want to see back? Like, who's the most necessary to see back against the Detroit Lions?
Well, of those 3, Josh Jacobs, Jair Alexander, Evan Williams. Man, to me, it's Josh Jacobs, because no matter who the quarterback is, whether it's a not 100% Jordan Love or whether it's Malik Willis, this Packer team is going to need to lean heavily into the run game. There's just no other way around it. I don't even think you can rely on your defense to say, hey, try to keep them to 24 or under. This Lions offense is a unit. They are just going to get their points. Number 1 in the NFL in points scored per game by a long shot. So you need to keep up. It's less of, hey, how much can we hold them down to how much can we score to make sure we keep up. And if you're going to have not 100% Jordan Love or a full Malik Willis, running game is going to be an essential part of the game. Also to keep the ball out of the hands of Jared Goff and the rest of the Detroit Lions. And you need Josh Jacobs. You need Josh Jacobs to be that workhorse, to get 25 carries and 5 receptions, to just put the team on his back, drain the clock, ball control, and help out this offense. Without Josh Jacobs in this game, I don't see how the Packers win. I really don't.
Yeah, for me, I understand that because I agree that Josh Jacobs is going to be a key component to this team on Sunday and hopefully them getting a victory. But something that we talked about regardless is the fear that we may not have Jordan Love on Sunday. If you don't have Jordan Love on Sunday, you have to be able to stop the Lions on offense. And for me, overall, I am not completely nervous about the passing attack. I know the Lions have a great offense all around.
Yeah, I mean, Jared Goff has thrown, like no completions the last 4 games. I mean, their passing attack isn't, good at all, apparently, from Kyle.
No, what I'm saying is this. I need Jair Alexander to be back, right? Because I understand the threat that they have offensively with Jared Goff and the weapons that he has around him as well. And so with that, I just don't trust the cornerbacks that we have behind him, right? Like Eric Stokes has not been trusted this year. Carrington Valentine, he really hasn't popped this year like that. I'm not even sure if Corey Valentine is 100% healthy yet. And I just don't have confidence in the fact that if we go into this game on Sunday against an offense that is healthy at the weapons position, at the receiver, at the running back position, like the Lions are, I have a cause for concern if we do not have Jair on Sunday, just because of the fact that we need somebody to slow down Amon-Ra St. Brown or wherever he's going to be. He's a great presence that can slow down whoever's in front of him. We need that on Sunday.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. A lot of guys sitting out of practice today. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen, Josh Jacobs, Jair Alexander, Evan Williams. Who, outside of Jordan Love, is most necessary and most important to get back for the game on Sunday? And look, I see where you're coming from, Kyle, but Brad's right here. You're not going to stop the Lions from scoring. You're just not. Like they're like whether it's Jair or Valentine or Stokes or Nixon, whoever on the back end, Bullard, if Evan Williams can't go with McKinney, they're going to score points. And if this does come to a Malik Willis game, I understand. I make fun of you guys for it. You do have to shorten the game. It's going to be near impossible to shorten the game and keep possession, but you ain't going to be able to do that with Emmanuel Wilson and Corey Brooks. I hate to break it to
Chris
you.
Brooks, look at you disrespecting my man.
Corey Valentine.
He win the game last week.
Valentine, Malentine. All I know is that without Josh Jacobs, this team has no chance to control the clock. He's shown how effective he can be as a runner. We've seen how effective he can be as a runner, specifically when Malik Willis is back there with him because he poses a different threat. So, look, we all, I can't speak for everyone, actually. We all don't want Jordan Love back because Kyle and Brad are waving the white flag to Jordan Love and just want to take the L.
Make sure he's good to go. Let's not put him in any danger of more injury.
Mr. Risk-averse finance guy and Kyle,
Mr.
who's not a competitor.
I'm a believer. I'm a Malik believer. I believe Malik Willis can do it on Sunday.
A Maliker.
A Maliker.
A Maliever. A Maliever.
Yeah.
You're a Maliever. I like that. You're a Maliever.
Yeah, whatever you have.
But look, without Josh Jacobs, this team has no chance because they're not going to stop the Detroit Lions from scoring. And if you're going to score,
what is this? They're not going to.
They've scored 170 plus points their last 4 games.
Hand them the trophy. Hand them the Super Bowl.
That's what you want to do.
They're really good on offense.
Packer Nation, when we watch on Sunday, I just want you to know, according to Ben Brust, and it looks like Brad is over there too.
You think you think they're going to be held under 24 points?
Don't worry about it. Hey, we're watching the team that's going to win the Super Bowl, fellas. So let's just enjoy Sunday and watch the team that's going to play in the Super Bowl.
That's what you want to do
this year.
That's what Brad wants to do. Rest the whole damn team.
No, you don't believe they can win regardless. So so at the end of the day, listen to Ben. We're going to just watch the Lions. We're going to win the Super Bowl. So enjoy seeing the Super Bowl winner of this year because that's what Ben believes. The offense is unstoppable.
Well, it's not that they're unstoppable. Well, the offense might be. But but it's how you have to beat them. Like you have to at least keep up. I don't see how you beat them without scoring 28 points. I really don't. I mean, because they can just roll and roll and roll unless they just like give you a bunch of turnovers. But you got to score 28 points to win.
Hey, I like this. Mr. Optimistic Kyle Wallace, Mr. NFC North fan of every team except the Green Bay Packers, Brad Nortman, and Ben Brust, who wants to see Jordan Love play. That's where we're at right now, and Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. We'll continue to get updates because Rob Domofsky will join us. But Brad has an interesting power ranking. Not power rankings of teams in the NFL, not of the NFC, not of the NFC North. It is a power ranking that pertains to the Green Bay Packers. you'll be intrigued, and I want to hear if you agree or disagree with Brad. I guess it's almost like 2 Hear Brad outs today.
Powerful.
Stay tuned. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin with Brad Nortman with a weird list.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Is one of the things that your girlfriend gets upset with is you interrupting her like this?
Probably. I just complimented you. What the hell? Stroh feeds you something in your ear and you Ron Burgundy verbatim what he says? I set you up for something, you jerk.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
What does the skeleton say before dinner? A bon appetit. And why did the ghost go to the bar? For the booze. Yeah, Halloween jokes can be corny. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Since 1960, we've provided the most spooktacular selection and savings in town. From skull-shaped vodka bottles and pumpkin cream liqueurs to adult trick-or-treat bags and your favorite seasonal wines and beers. We've got the spirits to get you in the spirit. Combine our selection with everyday low prices and 2 convenient locations, and Discount Liquor is the one trick-or-treat stop you can't skip. Discount Liquor, locally owned and family operated with 2 locations, in Milwaukee on 51st in Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow in Maine. See all of our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount liquor.
Hello, I'm Dan Fields. If you're looking for a truly unique luxury SUV, look no further than the new Range Rover Sport at Land Rover Waukesha.
The new Range Rover Sport SUV provides power, performance, sporting luxury, and all the latest technology and connectivity you want, plus the most luxurious ride.
And now is a great time to get an offer like this.
Get 3.9% special APR financing for up to 48 months on a new 2024 Range Rover Sport at Land Rover Waukesha. Go to LandRoverWaukesha.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at 28 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that was voted Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
After suffering a sprained MCL in Week 1, Jordan Love is dealing with another injury. NFL Network's Ian Rappaport reports that the Packers quarterback suffered a groin injury in Green Bay's win over Jacksonville. NFL Network's Tom Pelissaro added that Love is day-to-day and has a shot of playing this weekend, while ESPN's Adam Schefter believes Love will suit up Sunday against the Lions.
He came out better in testing than I think everybody hoped he would. I believe he's going to play on Sunday. That injury was not significant enough to prevent him from playing.
The Packers' first official injury report of the week comes out later today.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank.
Need to find that perfect home? Don't sell. Upgrade with a home equity loan. Renovate that kitchen. Retile that bath. You choose the fixtures. Let us do the math. Tri-City National Bank. Equal housing lender. NMLS 433891.
It's on to level 2 for Catholic Memorial. The top-seeded Crusaders take on 4-seed Reedsburg.
Oh, my goodness.
Intercepted again to the 20, the 10, Dustin Roach into the end zone for the 3rd time tonight.
Crusaders football is presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, R&R Insurance, Home Sealed Exteriors, and DM Accounting and Consulting Service. Tune into the action Friday night starting at 6:30 on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, or at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Been trying to figure out how the Detroit Lions fit in as a quote-unquote rival to the Green Bay Packers. They've been so bad for so long, it's hard to imagine them as something so big to Packer fans. And I'm struggling with how to view them other than I know that they're really, really good this year. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Strophy running the show. 800-990-3776 is the ESPN Wisconsin Talk and Text line. But without further ado, Brad Nortman has power ranked the Green Bay Packers all-time rivalries.
That's right, guys. It's like an early here, Brad out, but the football music in the background makes me feel like I'm a real football player right now, not just a punter.
To be.
Yeah, I used to be back in my day. But that's right, guys. Thinking about the Packers.
That's right, guys.
And who they are. It might surprise you. I'm going to give you 5 of the Packers' top rivalries, power ranking style.
Number 5.
Here's what I thought of. It just in general, as you like make your own list. General distaste and hate for the opponent. Impact of like the series, right? When you think about marquee games, important games, iconic moments, and then just honestly, when you watch it, are like emotions elicited? Do you view it as a rivalry? So here we go. Number 5. This might shock everybody. The Detroit Lions. That's right. The Lions. They're not even in the top 4 of the Packers rivalry. They're number 5. This rivalry has been characterized by dominance for as long as I can remember. I mean, what was it? It was like 20-some straight games that the Packers beat the Lions at Lambeau Field. It's only a couple of years in the mid-90s when Barry Sanders was there that it was even competitive until now. That only means that it's the 5th rivalry for the Green Bay Packers is the Detroit Lions. Number 4. San Francisco 49ers. Now, this one has especially recently been spicy with the Packers on the losing side of marquee postseason meaningful games. But it wasn't just now. It was in the 90s on their way to both Super Bowls for the 49ers and for the Green Bay Packers. And they face each other, guys, listen to this, 10 times in the postseason. 10 times.
Oh, wow.
The 49ers have faced the Packers in the postseason. So marquee, significant games all throughout our lifetimes for sure. Number 3, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys and the Packers have been part of iconic games since the start of the NFL. I'm thinking the Ice Bowl. I'm thinking about, was Des Bryant a catch? So many ways along there when Aaron Rodgers made that unbelievable throw to Cook, I believe it was.
Jared Cook. Toe-tapping Cook, baby.
There are just iconic moments for the Cowboys and the Packers. 2 iconic franchises. 9 postseason of games against one another. So the Cowboys and the 49ers, many marquee postseason matchups. Number 3, the Minnesota Vikings. I mean,
Number 2,
the Minnesota Vikings. Thank you, Ben. I'm getting wrapped up in my own rankings. There's so much hate elicited for the Minnesota Vikings, right? Kind of like your ugly stepsister in the NFC North, where they're up there to the north. And the one thing that they at least have over Bears fans is they're not all the time delusional. But no doubt about it, from the Randy Moss days, from the Adrian Peterson days, there were times when that rivalry is fierce. Even Brett Favre going back there from being a Packer to the Minnesota Viking. So that rivalry, fresh as can be, second only to the Chicago Bears. And this is not only one of the best rivalries, the best rivalry for the Packers, the best rivalry in the NFL, the best rivalry in all of sports. Packers and Bears. Not much more needs to be said about it. We know how we feel about the delusional Bears fans here. So to recap, from number 1 to number 5, Chicago Bears 1, Minnesota Vikings 2, Dallas Cowboys 3, San Francisco 49ers 4, Detroit Lions 5. The Detroit Lions are only the 5th rival for the Green Bay Packer, which they lead me to believe, are they even a rival if you're the 5th rivalry for the Green Bay Packers?
Brad, your list is the exact same as my list.
Hey!
Look at that. But I'll say this. I'll say this. If it wasn't for the fact that the Detroit Lions are just a divisional rival, not a rivalry, a divisional rival, a divisional opponent, right? Long-term history that we have between the Lions and the Green Bay Packers. You know a team that I think is actually more of a rival to the Packers than the Lions if they were still in the division? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. When they were still in the NFC Central at the time, they were definitely a more competitive football team with the Green Bay Packers for the decade before they actually left. Those were battles. Mike Allstott, Tiki Barber, Warren Sapp, that? Remember the whole incident between Mike
Derek
McCarthy?
Brooks?
Yeah, Derek Brooks between Mike McCarthy and not Tiki Barber, Rondé Barber, but between
one of the
Warren
Barbers.
Sapp and Mike McCarthy. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Remember they got into it because he hit Chad Clifton on a blind side block after interception. That was a rivalry right there with the Buccaneers. So the Lions are only in here because of longevity and recency of the fact that we've just had the plan for the last 20 years. If it wasn't for the fact that the Buccaneers, who we lost to in the playoffs when they had Tom Brady, I think it'd be the Buccaneers.
You could make an argument it still is the Buccaneers because obviously it was all those years in the 90s and then early 2000s and then that heartbreaking loss in 2020, I believe that was.
It was.
Where, man, I mean, because the Packers and the Lions only faced each other twice in the postseason, twice ever. And it was in the 90s and the Packers.
All right, so Brad has given
Mike
the Green
Sherman,
Bay...
not McCarthy. Mike Sherman.
Yes, sir.
Brad has given the Packers all-time rivalries. Is that fair to put it?
Yeah.
I need to make sure that I'm not misremembering history here, but 2019 NFC Championship game, Raheem Mostert ran for 5,000 yards against the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, he did.
2020 in Lambeau Field, Tom Brady, Matt LaFleur made a one-score game. That was the Buccaneers. Still losing it. All right, see, I was losing it. But 2021, knocking the Green Bay Packers out of the playoffs, the 49ers. 2023, last year, the 49ers. 3 of the last 4 postseason appearances have been the 49ers. And you can argue that the Lions kept the Packers out of the playoffs in a de facto playoff game in 2022. So there's a lot more history, I understand, with the Cowboys. I would just move the Cowboys a little bit further down and the San Francisco 49ers up, with the Lions trending towards being more of a rival.
I'm okay with switching Dallas and San Francisco at 3 and 4. I still think the history of Dallas is a lot more significant. The 49ers, it's really only been since the 90s and then recently that it's been a rivalry. It's been decades upon decades for the Packers and the Cowboys. But either way we slice it, the Detroit Lions are 5, and I don't think it's particularly close.
It doesn't even feel like a rivalry. It doesn't. Like when I look at the Detroit
Dan
Lions,
Campbell 4-2 against Matt LaFleur.
Sure, but
Just saying.
I don't really have this fear for the Lions. There's not a lot of juice going to this game. This game feels like it's a big game because of the records, right? Not a big game because it's a rivalry. When I see the Detroit Lions and I see their fans, I don't get upset at the powder blue. I say, oh, that's cute. That's super cute. Look at this team.
Right.
They're finally
What
finding
a cute
chance
little
to win.
team, except they're really, really good,
They're
Kyle.
really good. We were up there for Thursday Night Football last year, and we saw the Lions fans, and they were, jaw-jacking, and they were just happy to be there, man. I wasn't like, ooh, I can't stand y'all. It was like, oh, what's up, y'all? Like, welcome to actually being relevant. So, I mean, maybe if it goes a decade where they're actually good.
So the Detroit Lions are Alex Strofe.
Yeah, they're harmless.
Mr. Irrelevant. He said, welcome to being relevant.
Relevant and harmless.
Yeah, non-threatening.
I think if we've learned one thing during my tenure on the show is I am not harmless.
I would say you're pretty harmless. I mean, I don't really, nobody's fearful of you. You are the Lions. Nobody fears you. Nobody's really concerned about you. Yeah. You're the Detroit Lions, but you're good. You're good right now. So you're the Detroit Lions.
A couple suggestions as honorable mentions would be the Seahawks.
Yeah, there were some painful years.
That's what popped into
there.
my head, man.
Would you put them above any of the 5 that I did?
Maybe the Lions. Because it was just much
Would
more
that
competitive.
change after this year?
Yeah, because I think we're using a little bit of a futuristic sense with the Lions because it's never been competitive.
What would it take for the Lions to even get into the 4th spot? I mean, it would take
beat the Packers both times this year and go further in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think naturally over the course of the next few years, we're going to beat up on each other. So
I would say
I would probably say playoff success.
I would say 3 years of beating the Packers in the playoffs, something like that, to really stir your emotion.
Yeah, I think if you're right, the next 3 years, because Jordan Love's under contract for 5, and if we're talking about can Jordan Love get over the hump of the Detroit Lions, that's a rivalry. Because now you're playing a team, two times a year for sure, and then you're meeting them in the playoffs maybe 3 times, and now you're playing them 3 times per year. That definitely will hype up and give some more juice to this rivalry and give more of a storyline of can the Packers overcome this. Which I hope never happens because I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah, true.
So you consider them a little bit of an underdog?
Who, the Lions?
Yeah.
I do consider them an underdog, but they're no underdog like Underdogs Fantasy Sports. And this is what I want you to be able to play right now is the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. I'm telling you this right now, KBN Nation. Remember promo code KBN. Yes, promo code KBN. Because when you use that code to sign up on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app or UnderdogFantasySports.com, you're able to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Yes, $1,000 in bonus cash instantly when you sign up using promo code KBN on the Underdog Fantasy Sports app. And it's so easy to play. Y'all, I love playing it because when I watch sports, I'm able to, play higher or lower on player stats. And if my picks hit on higher than, 21 and a half points, higher than 200 passing yards, higher than a touchdown and a half. If my picks hit, I can win up to 1,000 times my money. Yes, 1,000 times my money. Right now, my Underdog Fantasy Sports app, I'm up in money. Why is that? Because I have a great time playing and I know what I'm doing. So if you want to get in the game with Underdog Fantasy Sports app, make sure you download the app today and use promo code KBN. That's promo code KBN, and you can get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. And remember, it must be 18 plus and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concern your play. Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ntpgambling.org.
Diana from Iguanago, Kyle's number one fan, says, Kyle, that's mean. Alex is such a nice guy.
Diana,
Thanks,
you don't
Diana.
know. You don't know him like I do, Dirty D. Trust me. If he was nice, I'll let you know.
Hey, listen, Kyle. Diana's on the phone right now.
You need to stop being a freaking hater.
He's going to say, hey, Dirty D.
You got me. I got excited to say, hey.
Mark Tauscher, Packer Hall of Famer, I'm sure will have an opinion on Brad's list. We'll hit on that with him next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm sorry that I don't want to touch Ben's Peter.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
At Fleet Farm, we're serious about offering whatever you need at the best prices guaranteed. Big things, little things, everything. Like Diamond Crystal Solar Salt for only $4.79 a bag. Or 25 pounds of black oil sunflower seed for $9.99. And 40 pounds of Litter Delight cat litter is on sale now for just $8.99. And as always, if you happen to find it for less, we'll match it. So stock up on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. All at the best prices guaranteed.
When the power goes out, your life is disrupted. Heat, air conditioning, refrigeration, phones, all gone. Be prepared for the next outage with a Generac home standby generator. After sensing a power outage, a Generac generator automatically restores your home's power, whether you're home or away. Power your life with a generator from Adams, Wisconsin's #1 rated Generac dealer. Adams provides sales, installation, maintenance, and 24/7 service from all locations. Learn why Adams is your best choice in providing power peace of mind. Visit adamspower.com today.
UW Credit Union presents the Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Ashton Rotman with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
This week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week is Wauwatosa East's Malachi Mack. The senior scoring twice in the Red Raiders' Level 1 playoff win Friday night, a 21-14 win over rival Tosa West, and a bit of revenge for a loss earlier in the season to West. Mack scored at the end of the first half to give East a 14-0 halftime lead, and then helped put the game away with not one but two big plays late. First, it was a 40-yard touchdown run, followed up by a fumble recovery as the two-way player jumped on a loose ball. Malachi also shines on the track and field squad as an all-state sprinter and long jumper. Congratulations to this week's UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Malachi Mack.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 5.95 to 8-ounce selected variety Sargento Deli-style cheese slices, 2 for $6. 128-ounce pale selected varieties Blue Ribbon frozen dairy dessert, $5.99. 18 to 24.6-ounce selected varieties Vandekamp's fish, $4.99. 7 to 16-ounce selected varieties Barilla pasta, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, wow, pizza.
yes, I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against San Francisco November 24th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
I'm shopping at Century alone next time.
Enter by November 6th.
This time of year can be really tough on a number of areas in your home. If you're struggling with any electrical issues, the superheroes at Current Electric are ready to help you. Chuck Smith is a Brookfield Central grad who started Current Electric over 40 years ago. His mission was to serve our community with integrity and quality. Whether it's as small as a switch repair or as large as rewiring your entire home to a generator to keep your lights on or even interest in solar energy, call on the superheroes from Current Electric. Go to callcurrent.com. That's callcurrent.com.
Are you smarter than Ben Brust on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Lakeland University. Don't put your life on hold to earn your degree. Build a schedule that meets your needs. Lakeland.edu.
Joining us on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is the Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher. Couple quick things I'd like to relay as Rob Domofsky just tweeted out after talking to Jordan Love, asking him how realistic it is for him to play in Sunday's game. I think it's realistic. I mean, I'll take what I can get. And then per Ian Rappaport, I saw that a rolled ankle for Jared Goff kept him out of practice today, but he will be practicing tomorrow. And happy to have Mark Tauscher on with us. How are you, old T?
I'm doing good, Benny. How are you?
Good. Did you have a chance to listen? Sometimes you do. I know you roam around the state of Wisconsin. Did you have a chance to listen to our last segment?
I didn't, unfortunately. I'm sure it was gold. What did I miss?
Well, Brad has the all-time rankings of power rankings of who he believes is the Packers' rivals, the top 5 Packers rivals of all time. I toss it over to Bradley Nortman.
Yeah, Tausch. So I just tried to think of the top 5 rivals historically for the Green Bay Packers in an exercise to figure out where the Detroit Lions fall on it. And I'll just start right at number 5 with the Detroit Lions. I think Lions are 5th. San Francisco 49ers 4th, Dallas Cowboys 3, Minnesota Vikings 2, and of course the Chicago Bears number 1. Do you subscribe to the same power rankings? Again, 1 to 5. Chicago, Minnesota, Dallas, San Francisco, Detroit. That Detroit is all the way down on the list, even behind the Cowboys and the 49ers.
I don't mind your list. I thought there's a couple of teams that I think I'd put on there, but I don't know if I could put them ahead of any of the teams you put. It's definitely Chicago 1, Minnesota 2, and that can flip from time to time. And Detroit is coming. Like, there's no doubt. I think with what Dan Campbell has done, you can say they are right now the biggest impediment, I think, to winning this division is the Detroit Lions. So it always comes that there was just such a long run there when they had struggles to win a game, and they hadn't beaten the Green Bay Packers in the state of Wisconsin, I want to say, for 30 years, something like that. So that's a lot of history for them to make up. But no doubt this year, I think you make a really good argument they are our top rival because they're really good, and they're an impediment for us to try and win a division. So all in all, I think the Cowboys, the last 10 or 15 years, you could put Seattle kind of in that mix, that they're probably in that, worthy of votes. Maybe the New York Giants, but I think outside of that, Brad, I think you did a pretty good job.
What would it take for the Lions to climb that list, to have, historic impact on the Packers' rivalry list?
I think you'd need a 5-year run where it's us and them every year, because the history is so long and strong with the Bears. And obviously Minnesota, they've won some divisions. They've had a lot of success. They've never won a championship. But there's just that, I think, the border. And Detroit has always kind of been third from a division standpoint forever. And that's moving. And you have to have a couple of big games, playoff games, or divisional championship-type games that will just spark and heat this rivalry up. And I think you're going to see the chippiness already. probably on Sunday. And then for certain, as the season continues to unfold, I think you'll see more and more of that.
Mark, what level of confidence do you have in Malik Willis-led offense, but then also a
Who's Mark?
Tauscher?
Who's Tauscher?
Tausch? I'm sorry.
Thanks, Kyle.
No,
Kyle, you're good.
What do you prefer, Tausch?
Don't let Benny. Yeah,
I'm out. What your mama call you?
That's a great question. Mark, I don't think she calls me Tausch.
There it is.
She calls me Mark.
I'm going to call him what his mama calls. So like I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the wonderful Mark Tauscher, is what level of confidence do you have in Malik Willis in a scheme kind of created by Matt LaFleur on Sunday to beat the Lions?
So I want to be crystal clear. I have a much bigger confidence with Jordan Love as my starting quarterback, and especially if he can get to 80 or 85%. But I think it's a real testament to both Matt LaFleur and to Malik Willis that I feel like we can definitely win this game if Malik Willis has to take every rep. And I don't think I can't imagine I would have said this 3 or 4, even after the 2 games that he started. You just start sensing that the guys believe in him. It feels like Matt LaFleur's got some fun stuff up his sleeve. And I think the way this defense is playing, you feel like they can win tight, low-scoring games. So I think, obviously you would love to have your preferred starters, but Malik Willis has earned the right, I think, from a fan standpoint and from a team standpoint, that you can win with him, and he's done it already. And even though this would be the biggest challenge on the docket, I don't think it's crazy to say, you know what, if Malik Willis is our best option, we can definitely beat the Detroit Lions. I feel good about saying that.
You kind of mentioned it as well. Do you think Matt LaFleur kind of goes into his bag of creativity tricks when he has Malik Willis in there? Because I'm just thinking about the touchdown that they had to Tucker Kraft, the pass to Jaden Reed. It just seems like he's a little bit more creative with Malik out there.
No doubt. I think he thoroughly enjoys it. I think this whole last 2 seasons where he's been able to really go in the lab and try to figure out what can we do with all these young players, the skill guys, and obviously different quarterbacks. And Malik Willis has a different skill set. So the fact that he has been able to have as much success figuring out ways to let his players be in a position to be successful is a real testament to him. And yes, I think any of us, it's great to win and to be successful and to have great players. But I think from just a personal satisfaction standpoint, it's always better when you have some adversity and you're able to rise up with your group and overcome it. That's always more powerful than if it's just a ho-hum, 10-point win against Jacksonville with your starting quarterback and everything else. If you don't think there's a little added satisfaction when things are really hard and difficult, I think Matt LaFleur definitely feels it. I think he thoroughly enjoys trying to get super creative and find ways to create some offense.
Talking with Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Tausch, how many points do you believe the Packers have to score in order to beat the Lions, who have put up like 170 plus the last 4 weeks?
29.
29. Isn't that exactly what the Vikings scored when they lost to the Lions?
It is, but we ain't the Vikings.
Powerful.
Yeah, I think our defense is much better than Minnesota's, and we're at home. So, I mean, I think you look at this, and Detroit is throwing up a ton of points. I don't think they were necessarily like uber productive. Tennessee handed them a lot of stuff, and their special teams made a lot of plays. So I don't envision this game needing to be, an upper 40s game. You don't know, but I do think even though Green Bay's defense has been playing really good football, there's a lot of injuries. We don't know who's going to play. And Detroit is really good. Detroit's offense is really good. They're really good up front. They got 2 really good running backs. They have a good tight end. They got good wide receivers, and their quarterback is very good at, if he is being protected properly, which they've done a really good job of, they're going to score points. And it's going to behoove our offense. I don't care who's back there playing quarterback. You're going to have you can't have a ton of empty possessions in this game and think you're going to beat the Detroit football Lions.
Tausch, I do want to switch gears real quick because I was at the game on Saturday, which you were on the call on the Badger Radio Network.
Cool.
I was very impressed with the first half in which it felt like they were playing a little bit more free and creative, and you see a fake punt, like they were playing to win. I feel as in the second half, even if they were...
Benny, let's be honest. That wasn't a fake punt.
Yeah.
It was just an athlete being an athlete, baby. That's what that was.
A great adapt. adaptation. It wasn't like that was dialed up.
Yes. Okay.
It was actually poorly blocked.
Yes.
And it was a great adjustment by an outstanding punter. Norda, you'd have to be super impressed. And then I think he was still going to punt it after, and then he looked up. He's like, "Oh, dude, there's nobody here. Let me go grab this.
Great
down,
option.
And then I'm going to take a big shot afterwards." It was fantastic, but it wasn't, dialed up per se.
15 seconds of punter love. I can't express how hard it is to go from thinking you're going to punt it to pulling it back to thinking you're going to punt it again to then just taking off and running. That's just incredibly hard. So,
Athlete.
And he's just putting the snot out of the ball. So love it.
Athlete.
I just felt like in the second half there was an opportunity to be more aggressive in early situations. Like I'm getting sick of the shotgun runs against the number 3 team in the country when you have a chance to get a win. I felt like they played to lose in that second half, and that was frustrating to me. Do you see it the same way I do?
No, actually, I see it the exact opposite. And the reason I say that is because it was 3rd and 15 when he threw the pick six, I do believe. Is that right? It
was 3rd and long, yes, after 2 shotgun runs.
I just remember at that point we were ahead. And I remember in the booth saying, this isn't a time to be, you don't need to be a hero here. Let's make sure let's call a draw or a screen pass, because you just knew that at some point you can't make that big mistake, and you have to, I think from a coaching standpoint, and just in general, you always have to kind of understand the way the game is flowing. And our defense really was catching. I thought was making some plays. They had their backup in, and I give the kid credit. He came in and did a really good job, but it's a lot easier to play with a lead. It's a lot easier to call a game with a lead. Had we not given up that pick six, was that being too aggressive then, Ben? Or because you can't have it both ways.
No, I totally get it, but the way in which you play a number 3 team in the country, back up or not, you have an opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive on those early downs. Like you play a little bit more to win. You put him in a spot where he's 3rd and 16. Of course, he's going to have to force a throw. I would have been fine with a screen pass, a quick throw over the middle to Pauling, just something a little bit different than these shotgun runs over and over and over again when you have an opportunity to beat the number 3 team in the country and have a signature win as a head coach.
Yeah, part of it is understanding your team and understanding the flow of the game. And I really felt like, obviously Penn State had some success, but after that pick, the air came out of the place.
Agree.
And we never could recapture it. So I don't think this was one of those games where you could say we got conservative. I actually think the opposite. And we made too many mistakes. And when you make these mistakes against good football teams, you're not going to beat them. The margin for error is just not there. And Penn State, give them a ton of credit. Their defensive front held up a lot better than we needed it to. I thought our group, the run game, was not as effective, was not consistent, and Penn State won the line of scrimmage. And when you do that, it puts a lot more pressure on a quarterback, and he's going to make some mistakes. And unfortunately, it just came at a really bad time. And we were in position to win that game, and it always stinks when you feel like you have that and you don't get it done when you're in that position to get that signature win.
Tal, something I noticed, because I've slightly become a fan of a different Big Ten team this year. I'm still a Wisconsin fan, but I only cheer once in a while. And I noticed the difference in toughness Wisconsin has. I feel like we don't have the same level of toughness that we once had. Like, I see other teams go and compete against really, really good teams week in and week out who aren't great and don't have the talent Wisconsin has, but I feel like Wisconsin lost a little bit of an edge, right? Giving up the lead against Penn State, giving up the lead against USC. There just seems to be something that we lost in these last couple of years.
Well, who are you saying? Like, who's got this so-called much more toughness than we do?
Well, so my cousin plays for Michigan State now. Cool. And so with that, they're not good. They're not talented at all, but they're competing week in and week out.
I'm just watching film. I give them credit. They went in and they obviously hosted Iowa and played them physical and beat them up.
Yeah.
They won that game.
But Wisconsin's better than Michigan State.
We certainly hope so. And we'll find out. There'll be a common opponent this week. I wouldn't agree with that sentiment. I think you're trying to you lost your starting quarterback. I think you're really starting to try to find that identity of back running the football, even though it's not the same fullback, 3 tight ends, and all this other. You're doing different things. And I thought last week, give Penn State credit. We knew that there was going to be a huge challenge because they got some guys. They have guys that are going to be playing on Sunday over there, and they had a better day than we did. I don't think it was anything. It's not a toughness thing. It's nothing like that. There's the talent. Penn State had more talent on the field.
That's fair enough.
That day. I think when you look at it that way, That's how I would assess it.
I like that.
Would you agree the most talented person in the state of Wisconsin is Gina Della?
Oh, you know I love Gina. And I don't know if you guys have seen, I can't believe she's 60. She looks absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just shocked. And I know Brad's got what a deal that she's got going.
I mean, in this economy, how can she offer that kind of deal?
Thanks, OT. We got to get to Gina. Enough of you. It's time for Gina.
Yep.
I'm right there with you. I'm still under the belief she's really turning like 45, maybe 50, but she just wants to help you out and be able to have you achieve your dreams of getting Pella windows and doors in your house. And they're offering a deal right now that you just cannot pass up, celebrating Gina's 60th birthday. That is $0 down, 0% interest for 60 months. You guys know that this kind of deal does not come around often at all, but here's the caveat. You got to book your appointment by November 8th. Even if you've been thinking about it, even if you've been toying around with the ideas of new windows and doors before these cold winter months set off, now is the time to just set the appointment, hear them out, explore your different options in the showroom. Ben and I went to the showroom.
They can come to your house. They came to my house. And I played with the toys. They showed me the windows and how the energy efficient with their windows versus other windows. It's the best experience you can have. And then you can see how you can build a phenomenal, energy efficient, beautiful home. 855-PELLA-WI or visit PellaWI.com. Or if you call, make sure you say KBN sent you, because then Gina might throw a little something on the top of that. Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Hear Brad out at 3 o'clock. Rob Domofsky after that. Whole lot more. Don't go anywhere.
Mark Tauscher on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman is brought to you by Fleet Farm. Remember, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, then you don't need it. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that American Family Insurance agents can help build a customized renter's policy so you can protect stuff like this, or this, or even this. Well, case in point. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Come to Kessler's and be greeted by an owner of the store.
We're America's largest employee-owned jewelry company.
Okay, but as a customer, what does that mean to me?
For one thing, it means you get to see every possible diamond choice.
Kessler's has diamonds from diamond mines and created diamonds from plasma chambers.
You can choose from 1,400 loose diamonds.
And every style of engagement ring ever designed.
Okay, I'm convinced.
And no other store can show you a Kessler 81.
With 81 facets instead of just 57, it wins the Sparkle Contest every time.
I'm convinced.
And no other store has the Kessler Princess Cut.
Or the exclusive Kessler's Emerald Cut or Kessler's Square Radiant Diamond.
I give up.
And when you want to tell her that you love her twice as much today as the day you married her.
Kessler's has big anniversary diamonds that can be twice as big as the one in her engagement ring.
Kessler's is unique in all the world.
So what do you say to all that, Sarah?
Welcome to Kessler's.
It's time to start thinking about the holiday season, and the Corners of Brookfield has you covered to check off everyone on your list. Head to the Corners for all of your gifting needs and find something for everyone at any of their 30-plus restaurants and retailers. Immerse yourself in the joyful experience of shopping this holiday season, because the perfect gift is right around the Corners. Create a great, well-rounded gift for anyone and get a Corners gift card. Make your shopping list this holiday season, and don't forget to check it twice. Visit thecornersofbrookfield.com. Are you experiencing joint pain that is keeping you from living the life that you want to live? Especially right now as we're approaching the holiday season, you don't want to be slowed down by that joint pain, whether it be your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back. You got to be like me and go visit QC Kinetics. When I went to QC Kinetics, I had my back that was acting up, and I thought to myself, you know what? I need to go get this seen by a true medical professional, and QC Kinetics blew me away from the experience start to finish. Platelets, plasma, tissue regeneration,
generation. Things that I had only heard in theory, but now can see with my own two eyes on how QC Kinetics can help people get their life back. From when you arrive, the entire process is personal, the diagnosis is comprehensive, and they meet you exactly where you're at in whatever pain you're feeling. QC Kinetics, don't hesitate and get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Save big on your next project at Menards. Insulate your home and start saving on energy costs with Owens Corning Pink Foamular Insulation. Foamular insulation panels are moisture resistant and rugged enough to be used anywhere, even underground. Plus, these pink panels are available in many different sizes and thicknesses to fit any project. Save big on Owens Corning Foamular Insulation. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
And we dance all night to the best song ever. We knew it
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
That it is.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
I missed that.
That is so good.
Well produced by Alex Strofe. It is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin.
You're a good producer.
And I made my way over to the USPS with beads and a letter
What's it stand for?
United States Postal Service.
Very good.
2 for 2 days.
For those who missed it on Are You Smarter Than Ben Brust yesterday at 3 o'clock, listen back WisconsinOnDemand.com. Or on YouTube, where we're live now at ESPN Milwaukee and at ESPN Madison. Now, with that, so there's, I don't know how many there were, but there was a lot. And I bought some postage stamps, and I went to the post office. They had to weigh it because there's beads in there and paper, and they're like, what's in this? So they were asking for beads. I was like, I don't have any beads on me. You don't do anything for the beads, but I didn't have beads for them. But I forgot I already bought like $30 worth of stamps, and I forgot the stamps.
What do you mean you forgot the stamps?
I forgot the stamps.
You didn't bring them to the post office?
Well, I had started stamping when I was writing the addresses at home, and I was like, what if the stamps don't work and I need to repackage these in something different? So I spent $40 more on stamps.
Oh my
I had to double postage these things and buy a penny stamp for each and every single one of them.
Oh, wait.
It's a penny stamp.
I don't know what a penny stamp is. They might have just said, hey, you need a penny stamp, and they got me for a couple more cents.
Sounds
so
like a Google
you needed
question.
to put 2 normal stamps on there.
2 normal
plus a
stamps
penny stamp?
and a penny stamp. And I don't know if this cost me something, but they put the do not then stamp on it, which is good.
Nice.
I'm happy about that. I don't know if it was baked into the cost of whatever I paid the USPS, but for all of you who did text in your address to accept our beads, as this team is going to Super Bowl 58 down in New Orleans to repeat what was 96 when Brett Favre and them did it, you will receive your beads. Now, I want to revoke those from Brad because he believes in the Lions and the Vikings and the Bears, oh my, a lot more than Green Bay Packers.
I'm still a Packer fan. I expressed my fanhood last week.
No,
but please, for those who have sent in their address, once you get these, let me know that somebody received them.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
What's the furthest address away?
San Diego.
Oh, that must have cost us a little couple penny stamps.
I don't think it costs more to send
it didn't cost more. It doesn't,
okay, I don't.
Yeah,
not like
the mail doesn't work that way.
I mean, the weight, right?
They were all the same weight.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I don't do too much mailing.
I could have been duped, but
that was a really sincere apology.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I don't know how the mail works.
I do wonder if the USPS worker is like, I'm gonna liquidate this guy. He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah. Let's make him do $1 worth of stamps on each one.
I googled penny stamping. It's hard to find. They're talking about penny black from a different place from Great Britain and single rate stamp costs. I think you might have got played out of a penny, brother.
You got duped.
We got inventory of these penny stamps.
They keep me making tips off penny stamps.
Hey, you know what? I like the USPS, but let me tell you, there's been some scams with USPS once in a while now.
Hey, we have James the Postman, a hardworking USPS worker.
But some people go through your
There used to be a thing called penny stocks that people would try to peddle for commissions and whatnot. I wonder if USPS is peddling penny stamps.
As James just chimes in, I specifically said, bring your stamps with you.
He did.
Yeah,
Ben
that's
don't
a pro
listen.
right there.
He don't open up 2 ears that the Lord blessed him with. He likes using that big old one mouth.
Damn.
Dang, Kyle.
Wow. Shots fired. I'm sending out beads to our fans, and you're just chirping me right now.
But I love the fact that you did that, and we should definitely have them tweet at us.
Tweet, text, I don't care. I just want to know that someone received the beads from... There's no return address, so if it gets there, it gets there. If not, it's not coming back to me, and somebody's going to have beads.
The Postal Service is going to be partying.
It's going to be like the scene in Elf. They're all going to be dancing and drinking with beads on.
Well, that would be pretty epic.
Thank you, Ben. Now, I feel like you really came here to tell us because you wanted to announce that the beads were mailed, but you really emphasized the cost. Are you looking for some type of reimbursement from your
peddling
mistake?
a little?
No. I already made you guys give me $100 that I lost you in Vegas, so consider us even.
Oh, well, that sounds good to me. I was going to give you some, but you made sense there, so no thank you.
In a special edition, because Rob Domofsky is at 3:15, 3:20-ish today, Here Brad Out is normally at that time. Are you willing to move Here Brad Out for Rob Domofsky?
Anything for our guy, Rob Domofsky. I'm trying to get back to 500 with him giving his Rob Domofsky stamp of approval.
Stamp of
approval.
Nice.
Here, Brad.
Heyo. So Here Brad Out is coming up next in 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Brad, have you last time you chose between 5 Here Brads Out and it was bad.
Listen, guys, I believe in this one.
2 minutes.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
It started with a prediction.
We'll go out there and play basketball and win. And how many games? 6.
It became the culture.
Chance of Bucks in 6.
Being a Bucks fan means you live and breathe Bucks in 6. Brandon Jennings created the prophecy. Tune into Behind the Bucks, the story of Brandon Jennings on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, and streaming wherever you get your podcasts.
That's for the culture. Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Road, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority with the latest technologies at their state-of-the-art Brookfield office. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. And now, Holtebeck Eye Center is excited to add Dr. Nausheen Abbas to their team. Dr. Abbas is an ophthalmologist and cornea specialist that is now available to see patients. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol, learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
What a treat! Right at the start of this 3 o'clock hour, we're going right to Brad Nortman. It's Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm Ben Brust alongside Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman. Alex Stroh running the show. Riley Yauk, Ryan Wollersheim, Chrissy, Pablo, Jesse, Alex G. Do I know this person?
Yes, very well.
Hunter Vaughn.
Hunter Vaughn doing a very long Sports Center for you Madison folks. Brought you in late to the party, but it's time to get right to it. 800-990-3776. Get your phones ready to text in your reaction to Hear Brett Out.
They say punters are people too.
Punters are worthy of breaking news.
No, really, that's what they say.
Raising awareness everywhere that punters are people too.
Okay, let's go to it. Time to hear from the punter. Time to hear Brad Out.
All right, guys. Well, I beat you to it.
My mic wasn't on.
Oh, all right, guys. Well, listen. Happy early Halloween to you guys.
Oh, it is tomorrow.
Yep,
Thanks,
Halloween is tomorrow. And, we're preparing for trick or treat, and it got me thinking, I want to make a new tradition for Halloween. You guys ready to hear it?
Sure.
Let's hear this idea, Bradley.
Adult trick or treat. Now, here's what adult trick or treat is going to be.
This
ready?
sounds, hey.
Get ready for it. So why does the fun have to stop with the kids? The kids get to dress up in their costumes, go from house to house and collect the candy. They have a ball. I remember how great that was. It's time that adults reclaim trick-or-treating, but we're going to throw a little bit of an adult flair on it. You get to dress up in a costume, whatever costume you want, be able to enjoy it. You walk around the neighborhood, but guys, adult trick-or-treat, you're getting different beverages at every house. Some house, maybe, I know the Nortman house would have a carbless. I would be giving out different kind of carblesses at the Nortman house, but maybe it's a different cocktail. Maybe it's someone's favorite beer. Maybe it's a high-class bottle of wine. At the Nortman household, we give out like the king-size candy. That would be like going to a house and being like, oh, I'm getting to pour a Camus, let's go. So there would be a different cocktail.
He lived in a different world than everybody.
What's Camus?
It's a very nice bottle of wine.
Very nice bottle of wine. Maybe the equivalent of a king-size candy.
What's Camus?
I was like, candy? Wait, is it a drink? What is this?
It's a nice wine. But it doesn't just stop there. Some houses would be designated for a little tipsy food if you want it. I'm thinking a pizza house, a pastry house, a candy house. Some of the things that get like a little bit of that hunger craving that you're going through. You could take one and open up just like how the kids do it. They open up their bag and say, ooh, I'm going to get a Reese's.
So Brad wants to have a block party.
It's a block party.
It sounds like a swingers block party, if we're being honest.
I don't know nothing about swingers.
Did you run this by Lexi?
Where did you get the idea of swinging from?
Yeah,
all these different houses?
Let Brad continue to cook. But I think Ben is on to something. We'll hear this later.
It's stopping and ending on the front porch, guys. And it could be that you pour and that you enjoy your
no bedrooms here.
You enjoy your cocktail or whatever it is. As you walk from house to house, maybe you put it in your bag to take it home to try later. Think about the camaraderie of the neighborhood. I could imagine getting a drink from some neighbor and then texting them later as I drink it and say, you know what, that was excellent. Thank you for that. I think it would be an ultimate adult trick or treat to go out there dressed. And you could be like if let's say Lexi and I wanted to go and both be in costume and walk around and get our different adult pit stops. We just put out a cooler and say, please take one and fill it up with carbless, just like they do with a bowl of candy. Guys, this is a foolproof idea, a ton of fun, and adults need to reclaim a little bit of their trick-or-treating too with adult trick-or-treat. What do you guys say? You guys want to dress up with me? Come to the Nortman neighborhood and start adult trick-or-treat?
Well, Rick and Madison just want us to know where the bottle of Camus is going to be at.
We got a couple of bottles of Camuses at our Nortman cellar.
Oh, wow. Oh, cellar. Wow.
But that would be a treat, though, wouldn't it?
It would be.
Tell me this wouldn't be fun, guys. Come on, be honest.
Okay, this is interesting. I think
it's a block party.
Yeah,
but it's a trick or treat. It's adult trick or treat.
No, this would turn into a sugar honey iced tea show. That's exactly what this would be.
Mean?
That's
it's an acronym, Brad.
Use your imagination.
Sugar honey iced tea.
But that would be fun.
No, you got kids with adults walking around.
No,
you don't know
this is separate. This is separate.
What do you mean
from
separate?
You do it.
You put the kids down, everyone, and gets babysitters, or what's going on
Saturday night before Halloween.
Quick question.
Or you do it late night, like after the kids are done trick or treating.
Do you have a desperate hunger for friends?
No, this would just be a blast.
No, Brett.
This would be a block party. It's just you're just describing a block party.
A block party that has a whole bunch of people dressed up like floozies with clothing.
Floozies.
That's what Halloween is for.
Brad misses college Halloween
Right,
is what
I
I'm
used to-
getting from
I
this.
used to love the little
College
Halloween
Halloween was
party
fun.
in Madison because I walked around like, dang, Shorty got that thing out there. Like I used to be. That's what I used to like and enjoy.
Shorty got
that thing
you guys
out there.
Join the life as 30-some-year-olds, guys. I know in our neighborhood it's 30s and 40s and 50s. So it's like you're not talking about floozies walking the streets. These are
stop it.
dignified adults
Us
having a good
millennials are
time.
floozies. Listen, I already
He's
know
gonna
these
say,
women be.
damn, Sporty Spice got that thing out there.
I know Lex, the Sporty Spice be looking good.
But so that's the problem, though. You walk around.
Flaunting out Sporty Spice to the neighborhood?
I would bet on that.
It's getting weird.
It sounds like a swinger you're inviting for
You guys
swinging.
are making this weird. This is a wholesome, pure, fun idea.
Alcohol,
and you
Halloween, spooky stuff can happen. And
You guys are
swinging is
making
spooky.
this disgusting.
Swinging is spooky.
Ben chimes in, not me, from the 715. Our neighborhood already does this adult trick or treat.
And
It's
how
great.
Is it a? Thank you.
Bet that neighborhood got some drama. Who hooked up with who? Who hooked up with
The
who,
drama
man?
neighborhood. Where you from, Ben? We want to know where to send the swingers.
Send the Nortmans.
You guys are sick individuals.
Appleman's already given shots while he's painting right now.
See, Appleman gets it. This would be objectively fun. Adults need to loosen up every once in a while. The problem is everything I say now, I can see it's filtering through the swingers filter in your guys' brain. This is wholesome, pure.
Let's go to
adult
Mike
fun.
in Portage. Mike, 800-990-3776. Your reaction to adult weird Halloween.
Brad, this is exactly what they do at many campgrounds, like late September, early October before they close for the season. Have adult trick-or-treating, mix them with the kids trick-or-treating, like booze-infused gummies, taking shots, handing out those little shooters.
Where do they
I
do
mean,
this?
it's a thing at campgrounds. Campgrounds.
It's a place called Campground.
Man, I tell you what, they are way ahead of the game. Then I'm impressed. And Mike, do you know that? Is it a good time?
It's a great time. I try to go every year. We get drunk and walk around and have a good time.
No, Mike, wait a minute, Mike. Mike, what are these people dressed up as? Do you have like not a lot of clothes on?
No, we're not swingers. We're dressed up in costumes. The kids are around.
The kids are around. The kids are around.
Keyword.
Ben in Cottage Grove, I believe you texted in. You're up on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm actually in Grafton, so just north of Milwaukee there. We've been doing adult trick-or-treating as long as I have lived here, which is about 8 years. Nothing creepy. There's a couple adults that dress up with the little kids, which is a little bit funky, but
nothing creepy. Just
85
adults
houses
dressing
in
up
the
with
neighborhood.
kids.
Dang, 85 houses?
Yeah, there's one or two. 85 houses, 20 probably do some type of carbless or Bud Light or some type of random shot, but
and it's a blast.
Stay away from the shots. I'd say you don't know what the hell they are. Oh, it's a ton of fun. We usually do like spiked hot chocolate or something like that. Haul the kids around in the wagon with a beer in hand and. A grand old time.
Man, I'll tell you what, I am more affirmed in this idea than ever before. I'm clearly just late. Who knew that there were other hear Brad out advocates out there that have trailblazed this long ago?
He convinced me.
It would be so fun.
He said the kid in the wagon. I can already see it.
Because I'm going to be honest.
Be a good time.
Yeah, tomorrow night, I'm going to be handing out candy at the Nortman estate, and it's going to be fun. Cool. But there's going to be part of me that's jealous. These kids are living their life.
Why don't you start to get the neighborhood into the idea by handing them out some Carlos?
I think I'm going to. I think all night I'm going to be drinking me some Carbless, handing out candy. And if I see an adult walk by, costume or no costume, I'll say, come on over, neighbor. You deserve a Carbless. That's because a Carbless has everything me, the entire Nortman neighborhood needs. And all you listeners out there, if you already tried a Carbless, then you know what I'm talking about. In adult trick or treat, I would be handing out nothing but Carbless, and we'd have a bunch of Carbless people on the bandwagon. It is everything you want when it comes to a ready-to-drink cocktail that's certainly guilt-free. That is so important to me. Gluten-free, carb-free, sugar-free, Guilt-free. 100 calories per can and less carbonation. That means less bloat. And there's a flavor for everybody. So if you come to my door, you say ding dong, trick or treat, and the adults are coming
Ding dong, come on in.
I would say, what kind of carbless would you like? There's plenty of flavors to choose from. There's classic cocktails. I'd probably start with a margarita and say, guys, this is my favorite. You might as well start there. Black raspberry, lemon, lime, pineapple, cranberry, also great fruit flavors. The adult trick-or-treaters would be having all the thrills with a carbless in their hand. So if you're thinking, what should I grab on Halloween? Look no further than a carbless. Less is more. Enjoy a carbless with me tomorrow night.
There's going to be a baby boom coming from the block parties of these adult parties. Let me just say that much right
they're
now.
They're going to be trying to figure out who baby it is. Find themselves on Maury.
Hey. You are not the father. 800-990-3776. This, good or bad, has elicited the most response in a long time from a Hear Brett Out, because Dave from Aaron is into it, and before you even started Hear Brett Out, he goes, it's trash already, and he changed his mind.
How about that? I'm changing minds out there. I am so encouraged by this positive reaction by KBN Nation.
Yeah, you changed my mind too.
I love it.
You know, you should do with your neighbors that you love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They love you with carbless, Kyle.
No, maybe I need to make them enough money so I can move out to the Nortman estate area, and then maybe I'll...
Well, Dave from Aaron does chime in with a little negative. Bradford's neighborhood would suck for this because the houses are so big you have to walk a mile between houses.
There's a little bit of space. There's only 22 houses, and there's a little space between each
I'd
of
walk a mile for a little extra spice in my life.
Whoa.
I'm talking about the drinks.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
You never know what kind of cocktail is going to be shaken up, do you?
Swinger.
Yeah, let's run that by the lady.
You didn't run it by Brad.
Wow.
He didn't run it by Lexi. Rob Domofsky. We'll see if he's into this sort of thing. Next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let's go. Big, come on.
It's getting tough. It's getting slow.
Ben, don't be pathetic. Your father's with your baby. They're listening. You gotta be better.
but I'm giving it my all.
I don't know what you're at either.
Stop humping the ground.
Yeah.
Get up.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, we are seeing some delays westbound on 94 if you are moving along from about 16th Street all the way through the Stadium interchange to Mitchell Boulevard. And then on northbound 41, right about at North Avenue, we've got the right lane blocked with some debris in the road, so careful with that. Otherwise, southbound 41 slowing down from Good Hope Road all the way down past Capitol Drive. Southbound on 43 also seeing some backups from Hampton down to Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm King forecast tonight, rain and storms, breezy, warm with a low of 64. Tomorrow, chance for showers, mainly early, windy with falling temperatures, a high of 67. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being serious?
turnovers.
You guys can't put two and two
I got it. I did not get it.
They don't call
themselves
Racine Danish turnovers. Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Do you remember that electric moment when you suddenly realized that she was the one?
The one you were going to love forever. The one you'd been waiting your whole life to meet.
She is the one.
The one. Now it's time to find the one engagement ring that sparkles like she does.
Come to Kessler's Diamonds. We have a collection of incredibly special diamond engagement rings called the One Collection.
You need one special engagement ring for the one woman you will ever love.
Kessler's Diamonds is the one jewelry store where you can find the One Collection.
And Kessler's is the one store that offers the world-famous, no excuses, no fine print, lifetime warranty on every diamond engagement ring we sell.
We have the freedom to do this for you because Kessler's Diamonds is the one diamond store owned by its employees.
The One Collection starts at just $550.
Welcome to Kessler's.
Find the Kesslers nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, it's Gary Ellison here for Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center. Looking for that midday escape? Or maybe you want to impress a client? Get a little slice of summer on the links with Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center, a top-tech, cutting-edge golf experience that gives you the chance to play legendary courses. Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center's simulators, entertainment, and best Bloody Marys make it feel like summer all year round. With bays at just $35 an hour, Mondays through Thursdays. That summer feel is easily back in your life. Book your bay at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Save big money on your next painting project right now at Menards. Give your room a grand finish with Pittsburgh Grand Distinction Interior Paint. It's a premium paint and primer with excellent durability and comes in over 750 one-coat colors. Get a gallon on sale now through November 3rd. Save big on Pittsburgh paint. And don't forget to check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Happy to have Rob Demovsky here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. Rob's provided some great insight on Twitter X, where he let us know Jordan Love was riding the bike. 3 of the 5 offensive linemen were out of practice today, along with Josh Jacobs, Jair Alexander, and Evan Williams. But we will get to the Packers information very shortly. Brad is 3-4 in the approvals of his Here Brad Out from Rob Demovsky. Without further ado, first, Rob, how are you?
I am great. How are you, Ben?
I'm doing well. I'm interested to see how you take this the same way as us or a different way or however you take this.
Rob.
Long drum roll.
Oh, this is long. I'm waiting for the end of the drum roll. Okay, there's no end of the drum roll. This has caused a lot of stir here in KBN Nation, Rob. So here's what I propose. Happy early Halloween. That happens tomorrow. I propose an adult trick-or-treat. Why does the trick-or-treat have to end with the kids? Adult trick-or-treat, where the adults get dressed up in costume, they go house to house, but instead of candy, there's different alcoholic beverages at each household. You either enjoy it there, you either move along, you take it for later. I'm thinking like Carbless would be at the Nortman household, but you got like maybe some good beer, some wine, maybe some kind of like nice bourbon or tequila. You're talking about a variety, and maybe even there's those households that, the households that give out the king size candy bars. That might even be like a pour of Camus. You never know what might come up. And then maybe some houses sprinkled in with pizza and pastries. Adult trick or treat. What do you say, Rob? That sounds like a good time, doesn't it?
Say no more. I'm in. It sounds like a block party too. Like we had block parties in the neighborhood I lived in. We also had along with the kids trick or treat, when the kids were little, if you went with them, there were definitely houses that were passing out, a little hot chocolate with some peppermint schnapps in there, or just straight up shots. So I feel like I've experienced the very beginnings of this already in my life, and it could definitely be ramped up. I am all in.
Rob loves a good time, as I knew he would. There you go, 4-4 adult trick or treat. There you go. I'm happy about it. Rob, and I will say, KBN Nation, wild approval of this idea. Even Kyle Wallace.
It was a mixed bag. Yeah, I approved of it. I thought it'd be fun. I was also a little, people walking around in Halloween costumes, getting too turned up could lead to.
It's also based on our audience, pretty common. Brad's behind the times here.
Yeah, that was a surprise. I thought that was pretty novel with this idea, but I guess I'm just a little bit late. But it's a proof of concept.
Don't you think it might create some neighborhood drama?
Well, sure, but why? What's wrong with that? A little neighborhood drama spices things up a little bit.
Okay. As long as you're not in the drama.
No, I won't be in drama. I'll be talking about the drama. Girl, did you hear?
Rob, you said, or you tweeted after speaking with Jordan Love, that there is a realistic chance that he plays. didn't get to hear it, you typed it. What was the tone?
Yeah, I mean, he was pretty quick. He said, I mean, it was a simple question. It was, how realistic, is it that you could play? And he goes, I think it's realistic. Like he responded in an upbeat manner. Even without practicing, he was asked, and he said, yeah, it's obviously not an ideal format for trying to play and going into a big week. Like he used the word big week, so he's acknowledging, he's not shying away from the fact that this is an important game. We've heard that, LaFleur always uses he's got to be able to protect himself. Well, Love was asked exactly what that means, and I actually thought this was interesting because it was what he was not able to do against Jacksonville, therefore why he came out of the game. He said, I think it means for me I have to be able to move around. I can't just be stuck in the pocket and not being able to move if I need to move. And that's exactly the kind of things that he couldn't do when he came out for the second half, that first drive at Jacksonville, and therefore, he couldn't even get all the way to the sideline. So, that's the key thing for him is that movement. And I will say, and again, maybe this is reading into it too much, but the week after he hurt his knee against Philly, he didn't talk to us that week, and he did not play in the game. So the fact that he was there on his regular Wednesday press conference, maybe I'm reading too much into it, but I think that's at least a decent sign.
Rob, you tweeted out that there is a whole host of people alongside Jordan Love who are out. 3 out of the 5 starting O-linemen, Josh Jacobs, Jair Alexander, Evan Williams. Which of those injuries should we be most concerned about?
Yeah. Well, Josh Jacobs, Brad, just told us he's playing.
Okay.
And look,
man, powerful. He ain't playing around.
He was pretty matter of fact about it. Now, I will say the one thing I've learned in 27 years of doing this is that players always say they're going to play. I very rarely, or if ever, have I ever gone up to a guy like that and said, no, man, there's no way I can play. So, but in this case, Josh Jacobs, I think, we don't know him all that well since he's his first year here, but he sounded pretty sincere and, matter of fact, I'm playing. So you can cross that, off the list. The offensive linemen, now Elton and Josh Myers have both sort of been on a limited practice deal anyway. The last couple of weeks they've been on the injury report, so I don't think there's huge concern there. The two that would scare me would be Evan Williams and Jair Alexander. And those are two against a team that just put up a 50-burger last week. I would think those are two pretty big concerns.
Okay, you just kind of talked about it. It sounds like you might be in the same boat as Ben and Brad, and I think this is a really good football team in the Detroit Lions. But based off what they're saying, and based off you talking about the 50-burger, which I know is impressive, even against the Titans,
threw for less than 100 yards and put up 50.
This isn't just a juggernaut, unbeatable football team next week, right? Like they're just playing at a really high level.
Yeah, and they are, Kyle. They also have they kind of have an aura about them, and obviously that comes from the head coach, sort of a cockiness, a bravado, that I think in sports really means something. I'm a big momentum guy. I'm a big believer in belief. I really am. I think there's so much mental that goes into these games, and when you act like
sound like Aaron Rodgers right now. Are you manifesting something?
I just think when you act like you're going to win. You've already got a couple of points up on the board. I think that's applicable in any sport, team or individual.
Yeah, talking with Rob Demovsky here on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I'm just curious about this. I asked Mark Tauscher. I'm curious for your answer. How many points do the Packers have to put up in order to win this game?
31.
These are big numbers.
High numbers.
29 from Tauscher.
Can Malik do that if Jordan Love does not play, even though he said that he feels good about it? Can Malik Willis do that on Sunday?
That's a great question. My gut would tell me it'd be very difficult, although this guy continues to do things that I think a lot of us had no idea he could do, or anybody in that situation could do. I do think that, they're intent on starting faster. I'm actually writing about this for ESPN.com later in the week as sort of a game preview. The last couple of weeks they've taken the ball and they've won the toss and have not scored. And that's really bothered some of these guys. Tucker Kraft, I was talking to him after the game, Elton Jenkins. You would have almost thought maybe they lost the game the way they were talking. They were so down about the offense. And I think that those are the kind of things that can't happen. You can't start slow against a team like this because they'll run you out of the place. But I think, Kyle, the fact that they're aware of it and they're not dodging the fact that, we're 6-2. And Tucker Kraft told me, he said, I think we're the best 6-2 football team in the league. But the fact that they're 6-2, they're not just saying, "Oh, we've got it all figured out." Again, I think that's a good sign for them that they know that they have some self-awareness and they know where they are and what they've got to do. So while it would be really difficult, I do not think it would be impossible.
It's clear that this week is a big game, right? We all feel that. The players feel that. But it's weird, right? The Detroit Lions, just not a historic rival, right? And we talked on the show today where I listed and power ranked the Green Bay Packers' biggest historic rivals. From 1 to 5, Bears, Vikings, Cowboys, 49ers, Detroit Lions, 5th. And then there's been some submissions on like our talking text line that I can't actually avoid. Kyle brought up the Tampa Bay Buccaneers might even be above the Detroit Lions. So do you consider the Lions a rival to the Green Bay Packers?
I do, because I think it's I'm a live in the moment kind of guy here. And in the moment, it's a division game against the best team in the division, And 2 years ago, when they finished strong, right, and they started were they like 1-8 and ended up finishing, ran some off and finished strong. The next year, I was like, yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, I believe it. I believe it now. They've done it 2 years in a row, 2.5 years in a row. I think they're definitely right up there. I think, of all those teams that you mentioned, I know traditionally the Bears are the big one, and I grew up in Chicago. I get it. But right now, I'd put them down on the list. I'd even have the 49ers above them. I might go Lions, Vikings, 49ers, Cowboys, Bears, if I went in that order.
There it is from Rob Domofsky. And, Rob, after all this discussion and being impressed with what Malik Willis has done, and we don't know if he's going to play or not, what do you think the long term is for him? Like, based off what he's shown, like, is this something where you can trade him eventually? Do you want him to be a long term backup? What do you think the Packers' plans are for him?
That's really interesting, and it's a good question. Brian Gutekunst, I'll take you back, Ben, to what he told us in the offseason. I think it was either at the Combine or before the Combine, that he wants to get back in the business of drafting or acquiring and developing quarterbacks. Now, he didn't finish the sentence by saying in order to trade them, but that's what they've done here. That's what he saw, Ron Wolf do. Even Matt Flynn wasn't traded, but he ended up signing this free agency, and they got a compensatory pick for him, I believe. So, the question is, do you want to do that as a develop and trade, or do you want to do it as develop and keep, just because you may have a quarterback that isn't, necessarily, you don't know if Jordan Love is as durable yet, and you found a guy that can win you games. Do you roll that way?
But he's also young, and so I start thinking to myself, like, is he going to want an opportunity after all this film that he has now of him being successful in a inept offense, or not an inept, in a non-inept offense?
Right. Yeah, but it doesn't mean they have to trade him, though. I think it'll be interesting to see, where they go with him. I would be willing to bet he's their backup here next year, because look, you've already, even if Jordan plays the rest of the way, you've already seen him, miss parts of 3 games. You got to be convinced over the long term that he's going to be able to play 17 games year in and year out. So if that was the case for me, I would keep him for another year, because he's shown he can help you stay in the thing when your starter goes out. And then, if Jordan plays all 17 next year, okay, then you think about maybe moving him.
So, Rob, of these first and second year guys on the Green Bay Packers, there's definitely some talent. If you were to project who is the highest ceiling over the next 4 to 5 years of these, Edgerrin Coopers, who just won Rookie of the Week, right? Evan Williams, Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft. Who do you think has the highest ceiling for the Packers?
On offense, I think it's Jaden Reed for sure. Defense is a little tougher. Evan Williams, he's a huge playmaker. And he's really important, but I do think that I might lean toward Cooper, just because we keep seeing him get better and better and better each game, and with each added opportunity. And I'm curious to see just how where does it stop? Where does the progress stop, or does it stop, or does he just keep ascending?
Rob Domofsky, we appreciate the time. Go, make sure you got enough makeup on for your TV hit. We appreciate you making some time for us small people on ESPN Wisconsin.
Yeah, I got to go make some mediocre cable television right now.
Oh, wow. We're left for
mediocre is probably a stretch, eh, Rob?
I have no comments.
The bald, the bold, the beautiful, as Alex Strofe calls him. It's Rob Demovsky of ESPN. Thanks, Rob.
I will be seeing you.
Brad, it's basically your day. It's Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah, it sure is Wellness Wednesday. It's always a day to talk about how I can make my experience and your experience a little bit more healthy. And that's, you start with Quintessa. Quintessa is an aesthetic center that has locations all around southeastern Wisconsin, another one in Madison. I go to the Brookfield location. Quintessa is my go-to place when, if you're like an athlete like me or you just want to feel your best, Quintessa allows you to reach that peak performance. So often today, people talk about, well, I just want to not only be that like lower benchmark, but be my optimal self when it comes to health. And Quintessa is going to help you get there. They have services like hormone therapy, IV drip therapy, medical weight loss, anti-aging. They've got everything to keep your body running at its best. Especially the older you get, the more important that is to introduce that and to have that habit in your daily routine. And Quintessa is the go-to place to keep your body and mind at the top of your game. You only get one body. It deserves to be treated with the utmost care, and Quintessa is going to help you do that. And it doesn't just stop there. They help you keep accountable by being a member of their wellness membership. With that, you get access to the Quintessa nutritional app, get customized meal plans, grocery lists, and a food tracker. Helps me meet my fitness goals. It's never been harder to have the accountability that's needed to be able to, lose a couple pounds or optimize your health. Well, Quintessa makes it so easy. That plus body composition assessments, monthly vitamin shots. Quintessa has everything you need when it comes to optimizing your health. Don't just take it from me. Go check them out for yourself. The consultation is free. They're going to put you on a personalized plan to achieve your personal goals. Be like me. Go check out Quintessa. If you go to the Brookfield location, Jess is awesome. She's going to take care of you. Visit myquintessa.com/wellness and take control of your health with Quintessa.
Kyle, Brust, and Nortman across ESPN Wisconsin. I want to get back to adult trick-or-treating. Next.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Let them know the dread-headed brother loves the Green Bay Packers. When you see me, Goody, let me in the box.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Southbound on 43, backups right now to get from Hampton Avenue down towards Capitol Drive. A little bit of backup there. And then an accident in the Marquette interchange on the ramp to get onto westbound 94. Looks like everything's off on the shoulder, but it's enough to make for a little bit of a backup through there. Also seeing delays over the high-rise bridge, too. Westbound on 94, slowing from 20th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Southbound on 41, backing up from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Capitol Drive, almost to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Walker Media Agency. Power your brand with smart marketing, advertising, and IT solutions. Visit WMA2024.com to elevate your business today. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, rain and storms, breezy, warm with a low of 64. Tomorrow, chance for showers, mainly early, then windy, with falling temperatures with a high of 67. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hauntingly good deals await you at the Kunis Auto Group's October Spooktacular Savings Event. There will be no tricks, only treats.
Trick or treat!
On the price you'll get on your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Prices will be slashed at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis Auto Group dealership. America's best-selling cars, trucks, and SUVs from both Buick and GMC. All marked down with October Spooktacular Savings discounts and incentives, including their entire inventory of pre-owned vehicles. Choose from over 1,500 on lot or online. There'll be dozens of spooktacular service specials and everything from brakes, tires to oil changes. Plus, with any test drive in October, you'll be entered to win free gas for a year, with drawings held every Friday throughout the month at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Region Kunis dealerships in both Greenfield and Oak Creek. Halloween savings aren't just slashed, they're chainsawed at the Kunis Auto Group's October Spooktacular Savings Event going on now. For additional event info, go to shopkunis.com.
The kick is up and wide left.
Why don't they customize the goalposts? Make them wider.
Gina Della from Pella? How'd you get into the booth?
And why just yellow? Add some green stripes.
Sure, Gina. Should they also remove the G at midfield and paint a Pella crest?
Okay, Wayne, you can't customize a football game to go the way you want, but Pella can customize your home the way you want.
Right now, get 0% interest for 60 months.
Visit PellaWI.com.
Hold your appointment on or before November 8th. Certain restrictions apply.
Confidence and strength begin with how you feel. At Quintessa Aesthetic Center, it is not about just looking good. It's about results that last and empower you. With 5 convenient locations in Delafield, Mequon, Brookfield, Middleton, and Sheboygan, their team of world-class plastic surgeons, skilled clinicians, and expert estheticians are here to help you take control. Whether it's advanced skincare, anti-aging treatments, body contouring, or muscle strengthening, Quintessa has everything you need to sharpen your image and boost your confidence. Take the first step towards a stronger, more confident you. Visit myquintessa.com today.
Hey, it's Gabe Neitzel from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. You've heard me talk about the results mentality has had on my life, but don't just take it from me. Jason has had success too, thanks to mentality.
My only regret is I didn't do it sooner. Knowing once again I've gotten the treatments done and continuing, I do feel, stuff does hurt a little bit more, but I'm 40, in my 40s, and that's going to happen. But again, the energy levels, it is above and beyond. Again, I'm back in that age where I'm like, this is amazing.
Get started today at lowtusa.com.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Fall Workwear event is going on now. We've got unbeatable deals on quality boots and apparel to help your hard-earned dollars go further. Like all Wolverine work boots, 20% off. Shop new fall styles of men's and women's Ariat workwear and accessories in-store now. Get $30 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 you spend on Carhartt gear. See store for details. Plus, shop unbeatable toy deals in Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Toyland. Now open.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Let's go crazy, crazy, crazy till we see the sun. I know we only met, but let's pretend it's love. And never, never, never stop for anyone.
Just won Madison's favorite health club and Madison's best health club. So we can highlight that for sure. Because not only can we highlight the awards, we can talk to it from firsthand experience with millions of dollars invested into upgrades. Free child care with the membership, open 24/7. Like when myself or Maddie, our social media extraordinaire, goes and finds the love of her life. How is the journey of love and finding your better tomorrow with your forever at the Princeton Club?
No cute boys there last night.
What? Are you sure you're not being too picky?
I'd be too picky, and also sometimes I get scared.
Let's help Maddie here. Best pickup lines at the gym. I think we can help her find the love of her life.
Do you need a spot?
Oh, that could be good. But I feel like I'd be really nervous to ask someone
Nice,
How
Brad.
about just wow, that's impressive, and walk away?
No.
Walk away?
No.
Nice snort there, Maddie.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That'll win them all over.
You should say, are your legs tired? They say, why? Because you've been running through my mind all day.
Hey!
How would you guys feel if someone said that to you guys at the gym?
I will be flattered. Like, oh, she trying to.
Well, let me keep telling you about
that's not
where
the
I
love
found
of
my
my life.
passion with personal training, weights, cardio, workout classes, basketball courts, tennis courts. They have it all. Find your better tomorrow and maybe the loved one for your rest of your life at the Princeton Club.
I'm still thinking about fitness pickup lines. That's a wild
No, let's help her. I'm fine with it. 800-990-3776.
Or even especially now with Halloween tomorrow, is it training to be Thor for Halloween?
Hey.
I see. Is it pump and iron?
Hey,
something like that?
Hey, Thanos, take it easy over there.
Yeah, that's a good one.
If you're cute and you go to the Princeton Club, the DMs are open.
Oh, wow.
Are you going to throw out the socials?
Oh, okay. What is my Twitter? Well, my Instagram's Madison Hayes 24
Madison Hayes 24
on Instagram, so you can go there.
HAYES for his.
Oh, there you go.
HAYES.
Yeah, I'll follow back. I'm nice.
Follow back.
I ain't no follow back girl.
Okay, there you
It's
go.
called holler back.
But she a follow back girl.
Okay, I see that.
I
appreciate you guys'
Maddie,
help.
I'll monitor. Ryan McGuadago says he goes to the Princeton Club, so he's going to be on the
Ryan, you
lookout.
single?
Good follow up, Ryan. Are you single?
This is a
Matchmaking.
statewide search.
Well, how much we love, you going to the Princeton Club, we're looking for single Princeton Club goers, not people who want to be, in thruples.
Yeah, we're not trying to wreck any homes here.
No.
We're just trying to.
That's what your adult Halloween parties are for.
Would you stop slandering the adult Halloween? This is good, wholesome, just turned up fun for adults.
Turned up fun. Could you sound
Turned
any older and make it sound like it's any less fun?
Turned up adult trick or treat.
That's the name of the block party.
No, it is.
Turned
I
up
never-
in the Nortman Estates.
I never think about how turned up is actually spelled until you said it. Turned up.
TURNT. Over to the KBN Sports Desk with Alex Strofe.
Yeah, according to sources, Maddie Hayes 24 has gained 3 new followers.
Hey! Powerful. Let's keep it going.
Wow, we should start a dating show.
Wait, is it Maddie Hayes 24 or Madison Hayes 24?
Madison.
Madison Hayes 24.
Madison
This is like-
Hayes.
These boys are
24.
thirsty.
This is interesting. This is like a Love is Blind type of thing. They're only hearing
Can
Maddie's
we do the
voice.
Bachelorette? Can we do the
No,
I'm with that. This is
Love
fun.
is Blind on the radio.
This is, yeah.
Oh, should we get Maddie a date?
Oh, wow.
I'd go on a date.
All right, let's
wow.
Okay.
990-3776.
Let me get this in ESPN Wisconsin contestrules.com first.
We can't contest pimping out Maddie.
No.
It's not
That's a
pimping.
really rough way to phrase
Why'd
it,
you
Kyle.
say that?
Now we definitely can't do it.
I'm just kidding. If I'm too bad.
Now
Yeah.
we definitely
This
can't
is
do this, Kyle.
This is a serious search.
We need her consent. Maddie, are you clear with this?
Oh, yeah, I'm cool.
Oh, then that makes it legal.
All right, we're good.
All good.
That makes it legal.
800-990-3776. If you were a single person at the gym, what would you want Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram to say to you?
That's it's a fascinating question.
I like the hey, do you need a spot? But with the do you need a spot, that actually might work because they're either going to be like, yeah, I need a spot, or no, let me show you, I got this.
Oh,
I would be very confused. I'd be like, I don't think you're. Madison's very strong. Very strong. I beat her in arm wrestling, but she's strong.
Not beat me in arm wrestling. That was
destroyed you.
cheating.
I destroyed you. But I would be like, are you sure you can spot me? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take it as somebody trying to hit on me. I would think they're actually trying to spot me.
Work with the headphones, though. Like, how does that work if people have their headphones on?
Oh, that actually, I would say, makes it better.
Because you got to, like, flag them down, wave your arms around?
No, you just tap them and like you pretend like you've never been there before. Hey, do you know where this is in the gym?
Yeah.
I'm new.
That's
that
the
I
one.
could do. I'm good at playing dumb. That I could do.
Yeah. And then you say, oh, thank you, and give a little
Oh my
smile.
gosh, you're so smart.
Well, and then you say
You're so
like,
strong.
I wanted to ask someone who had clearly been here a lot before,
You
right?
guys are
Like
good.
saying like that you're looking jacked.
We all have relationships.
You guys could all come to the gym with me, and like you guys could spread out and bring like the best candidates.
We're vetting them for you.
Now this is really starting to sound like what Kyle said.
Okay, but I trust, as like all of my big brothers, I trust you guys to have good taste in men.
Well, you're gonna have to give us, your type.
Wait, hold on a minute, Maddie. You trust all of us to have a good taste? You mean you trust Brad, right? Like,
I'm gonna tell you
Brad
this.
is clearly the best,
I'd
best
be
man of this
interested to see
panel.
what you guys brought back.
I would be like, hey, bud, what you listening to? And if it's some women
bud.
degrading song, I'd say you should be ashamed of yourself. You don't deserve
Madison Hayes 24 on IG.
There we go.
What are we up to? How many followers today?
Oh, let's look.
Come on. The update.
Yeah.
I need another 2.
I am.
Whoa. There's actually like 15.
Let's go!
I'm not kidding. Whoa, that's actually crazy.
We're gonna get you a date. If you get married because of us, we got to officiate the wedding.
Oh, now we're talking.
That would be
We
so
are
fun.
gathered here today
Well, that makes
because of October 30th, 2024, when we went on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman and said, we have an eligible bachelorette. It's Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram. She goes to the Princeton Club. She takes care of herself, and she'll take care of you.
Oh, very.
And now let's get them married.
That sounds good. And I'm actually a bridesmaid in Ben's wedding, so that makes sense.
Are you really, Maddie?
She invited herself to be one. I don't know if that's actually happening or not. I can't figure out if this is a bid or if it's happening.
I know now it's starting to get a little too
Will
tricky.
that work for me?
Sure, yeah.
Can I be a groomsman?
No, you don't ask. You just say, I'm a groomsman. Yeah,
Oh,
see,
well,
you already
that's
messed
perfect.
up.
No, that's perfect because now you have 1 for 1.
Or we could be the flower girl and the ring bearer.
Oh,
That's an
Oh,
idea.
no, that would
That
be
would be
wonderful.
really fun.
His nieces and nephews might not.
Or
like
we
that,
could
but-
co-officiate the wedding. That's also an idea.
Oh.
I am ordained.
That would be interesting.
And
Are
I'm
you-
funny.
Are you texting your fiance to confirm whether or not this is real or not?
Oh no, that's for her to figure out. I got my side of the aisle. She's got to figure out hers.
Oh, this is lovely. I like this, Maddie. I like this.
Your openness is so beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
it
Thank you
is.
guys so much.
And with that, I want to keep the segment going forever and tell more about Maddie, but we do have a duty to talk about the Green Bay Packers. And on the other side, we have what's wrong? Just talk to me.
Okay. Over there?
Yeah, what's
Okay.
this?
I'm actually going to make a pivot here. I'm going to make a producer decision. Coming up on the other side, I have a surprise for you guys.
All right. We just had one surprise. Let's make it another.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
Dick Van Dyke, real quick on the cha-cha slide ACL, says she was carried out by all 5 of us. 5 people?
That's a big girl. That's a big girl. Yeah, that's a big girl who did cha-cha.
Stop it, Kyle.
What you mean? 5 of them had to carry. That's a big girl. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Every big pitch.
It's gone! Francisco Lindor!
Every big hit.
It is gone! Ohtani!
Every big play.
It's gone! It's a grand slam! Thomas!
ESPN Milwaukee is your home for the hottest action on the diamond this baseball postseason.
It is out of here! There's the home run for Joe!
Tune in all postseason long on the way to the Fall Classic, right here on 94.5 ESPN and streaming on the Wisconsin On Demand app.
America's happiest jewelry store is coming to Kenosha.
And our grand opening celebration will be November 1st and 2nd.
Just off Highway 50 at exit 344.
Kessler's Diamonds is America's largest employee-owned jewelry company.
And because we own the company, we can do anything we want.
Here's what we've decided to do.
We're going to give away 2 big diamonds.
A 3/4 carat natural diamond.
And a 2-carat newborn created diamond.
Who gives away diamonds? We do.
Have snacks and refreshments.
And spin our wheel of sparkle for spectacular prizes.
Do we know how to celebrate or what?
The first 81 people to arrive each day will be given a special gift.
81 is our special number.
The Kessler 81 is a magical diamond that explodes with light.
You've got to see it to believe it.
And everyone will get 0% interest for 18 months with approved credit.
Come to Kessler's.
Friday, November 1st and Saturday the 2nd.
Just off Highway 50 at exit 344.
KesslersDiamonds.com.
You, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you. Proudly serving Wisconsin for over 90 years. Hop in or hop online at uwcu.org to join. A chance for bragging rights across the board. Badger football hoping to claim the Heartland Trophy against Iowa on Saturday. 7th-ranked volleyball looking to take down number 2 Nebraska Friday night. And top-ranked women's hockey seeking to remain undefeated. Forward Layla Edwards on their weekend clash at number 7 St. Cloud State.
It's a great test for our team to see, what we're made of, what we're capable of, because, we're going to spend a little more time in the D zone probably. Things we get to work on in that zone, and then, our ability to score against good teams and, put up good numbers. It's a great test, so I love those games, and I think we all do.
Pella's windows and doors feature durable materials, custom colors, and innovative features like shades between the glass. Get 0% interest for up to 36 months at PellaWI.com.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Marquette fans, join David Joplin and Chase Ross at the Sussex Piggly Wiggly on Friday, November 1st at 7 p.m. Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
Well, the regular season is fast approaching for Marquette men's basketball, and the Golden Eagles are looking to improve upon their third-round appearance in the NCAA tournament last season. However, they'll have to do it without Tyler Kolek and Oso Ighodaro. Here's head coach Shaka Smart.
With Tyler and Oso moving on, it certainly is going to be an evolution for us, players and coaches, to figure out exactly with this group what the right way is to maximize who we have and to really reach our upper limit.
The season tips off on Monday, November 4th. It's Marquette against Stony Brook. Catch the action right here on your home of Marquette basketball all season long, 94.5 ESPN.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Join Chase and Chop at Sussex Piggly Wiggly Friday, November 1st at 7 p.m. Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
This is Kevin Van Rossum, president of Three Tree Marketing. Send gifts to appreciate anyone, anywhere, anytime with a gift of your choice by using our gifting solutions technology. Our team handles it all, from concepting, site creation, as well as production of branded products. Elevate your brand's connection to its consumers by creating the ultimate gifting experience with us. Make the art of gifting effortless for yourself. At Three Tree Marketing, we chase partners, not orders. Visit threetreemarketing.com to see what we can do for you.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Do you need a Band-Aid? Because you are pretty cut. They're coming in fast on the ESPN Wisconsin talk and text line. 800-990-3776. Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman, Alex Strofe doing a good job running the show. But there's a surprise that I don't even know about. What's going on?
Yeah, fellas. So earlier in the show, we played this, and we've played it throughout the last couple of weeks.
We just got a letter, we just got a letter, we just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
So obviously the people love it, right? I'm an artist. I'm the songbird of my generation. However, running for my throne is Stevie's Sports Cards on Twitter, sending us this about an hour ago. Let me know what you guys think.
I like ESPN. I like ESPN. I like ESPN. Mostly Benny Brust.
Yeah! Kyle and Brad don't like it, but that is the best thing I've heard all year.
I was nodding my head left and right to it, and then he said mostly. I was going to say, ooh, KBN. No, Benny Brust. Okay.
Well, guys, we're a show. Why?
I like ESPN. I like ESPN. I like ESPN. Mostly Benny Brust.
Ooh, the great vocal.
Wow. It's the mostly line. Like, it's like that mostly.
Yeah. You guys got to step up a game.
I'm waiting for the next verses to come down the line where he talks about Kyle and I.
Mostly Benny Brust.
Gosh.
Very delicate execution.
Mostly Benny Brust.
Yeah, you need to make your voice sound like that.
Benny Brust.
You like that, don't you?
It's from Benny Brust.
He does it, but Stevie does it better. Stevie does it better. Stevie does it better.
Okay.
Stevie does it better. Better than Alex Strofe.
Yeah. Stevie, you had me until you said mostly Benny Brust.
Well, this is more of an indictment about how you guys feel about me right now with your sourpuss faces.
No, I just thought we were a unit.
Yeah,
I thought
me
we were a
too.
show. I thought it was KBN, not Benny Brust's show, but we were KBN.
What did you think he was going to say? KBN?
KBN, mostly KBN.
And Ben just says,
That was
oh,
great.
me. He could have did the thing where it's like, I like it, but I really would have appreciated being KBN. But nope, you love the attention.
Strofe's name wasn't mentioned. Do you hear complaining?
Brust.
He's feeling it.
Mostly Benny Brust.
All right, guys. Fine.
It's
just like that.
How do you feel?
I feel fine. I mean, look, I'm the one that...
You are the masterpiece.
I'm the one that inspired it. Why would I feel bad?
Oh, yeah, see, I don't like it. Don't like it.
We just got... They're not into it anymore. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
That
and by the way, the way that one ends is Benny Brust. So
he can change it up.
Yeah, but if he's changed up the rest of the words, might as well change up the end of it.
If I
also
know
KBN.
one thing about Stevie, he's going to take this feedback. He's going to get better, and I bet by 5 o'clock, by the time we end the show, we will have a new version that mentions Brad.
Basically sucking up to Kyle and Brad to make sure that they don't go home to their baby girl
Mostly
and Sporty Spice.
Yeah.
And I had a bad day at work today.
I want to just know if Stevie loves me. That's all I want to know.
Yeah.
I have an update from Stevie's Sports Card. That was only one take. Verse 2 is on the way.
We made the remix, baby. The remix.
Is the remix
always better?
Oh, is the remix always better?
The remix is always
Yeah,
better.
that's definitely not true.
Yeah, you always say, oh, they own that, they own that. I trust Stevie. Thank you, Stevie.
Yeah, we got you, Stevie. You got us. Never a doubt. Never a doubt.
Man, you guys are childish. The way that you guys are so. You thought I was needy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm with Brad. I thought we were a unit, so I'm glad Stevie's hooking up Canadian Nation.
So apparently at 4:45 we're trying some, and this, if you want to continue listening on 94.5 ESPN and YouTube ESPN Milwaukee, we're trying what Aaron Rodgers is doing to get healthy, and that's water with cayenne. I guess we're going to do that. The Damn Sports Show's next in Beaver Dam. Jim, Matt, and Molly in Madison. But we're here till 5 o'clock, leading you up to the Homer Hour. Don't go anywhere because Alex Strofe is in that seat for Homer at 5 o'clock. We're back in 2 minutes.
Everything's gonna be alright.
Still seeing those delays along southbound 43, but they're getting a little bit worse. First of all, from Hampton down to Capitol Drive, as you might expect on southbound 43, and then from North Avenue all the way down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge down to the KK River. We're still dealing with an accident in the Marquette interchange as well on the ramp to get down to westbound 94. Speaking of which, delays from 16th Street all the way to about Mitchell Boulevard. The eastbound side slowing down in pockets between 76th Street and Hawley, and then again through the Stadium interchange. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, rain and storms, breezy, warm with a low of 64. Tomorrow, chance for showers mainly early, windy with falling temperatures, a high of 67. Weather is brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Always have a slice of summer by playing Pro Tour courses on one of their 12 simulators. Book a bay for just $35 Monday through Thursday. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Whether you're about to graduate high school or have been in the workforce for years, it's time to take control of your future. Welcome to Lakeland University, where you call the shots. We use our flexible learning formats to customize your degree path. In-person, online, and virtual classes are all available. Lakeland University is designed around you, your goals, your schedule, your future. You can even earn up to 25% of your degree via paid work experiences. Ready to take control of your future? Let us customize an education to fit your needs. Visit lakeland.edu/ESPN to learn more.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN on 94.5 ESPN. The Wisconsin On Demand app, and streaming live at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
We them boys. We them boys.
It's the 414 hour at 4 on KBN.
He's Kyle Wallace. I'm Ben Brust alongside Brad Nortman. Alex Strofe running the show. UKBN Nation can get in the show at the ESPN Wisconsin Talking Text Line 800-990-3776. And watch us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee. But, Kyle, I know you're out Friday and you're getting antsy. You're an antsy guy.
I am out Friday.
You're an antsy guy. And you feel as if there's been, I wouldn't say too much respect for the Detroit Lions. Maybe a little bit on that front, but not enough respect for your Green Bay Packers. So you state your case right now because you are the Packer backer. Tell me why Malik Willis, Jordan Love, or whoever the damn quarterback is, why they will get it done.
Yeah, so my whole thing is I agree. Again, I believe that the Green Bay Packers are a good football team, but more importantly, I agree that the Detroit Lions are a really good football team. But it just feels to me that we're overstating and overhyping how good the Lions are, right? Again, they are probably the best team in the NFC, one of the best teams in the NFL. There's absolutely no denying that, but we're acting as if they have zero weaknesses. We're acting as if this team has found their stroke, they have found their flow. Like the last couple games that they've had, this is exactly who they are going to be for the rest of the season. And I'm here to tell you, they have flaws as well with the Detroit Lions. And when I look at this football team with the Lions, they have great safeties, but an area they struggle at stopping the pass. I saw Mason Rudolph last week. Now, he didn't play a spectacular game, and I know they were playing from behind, so he had to throw the ball a lot of times, 30-plus times, but Mason Rudolph was able to find some success last week. Calvin Ridley was able to have over 10 receptions for over 40 yards last week, and he found
10 receptions for over 40 yards.
140, excuse me.
I was going to say, that's quite the yards per catch there.
No, and so all I'm saying is this, is that may be something that the Green Bay Packers can expose. But more importantly, Mason Rudolph is not a great quarterback. You know who's better than Mason Rudolph?
Jordan Love.
But also Malik Willis. And so that's what I'm trying to say is whether or not it's Jordan Love or Malik Willis, I believe that we can have a game plan created by Matt LaFleur that can have us be successful against the Lions. The Green Bay Packers, do you understand we haven't lost a game in 4 straight games? 4 straight games.
Yeah, I find it really interesting after a 52-14 loss that you're taking positives from a Titans team that, like, obviously, like, something was going to happen in the game.
They're not great. I understand that they're not great, but what I'm saying is you have to find where the weaknesses are, and I just feel like right now.
What about grand scale? You got anything grand scale for me? Because I don't like utilizing Mason Rudolph was able to find success.
No. My grand scale thing is that Mason Rudolph was able to do a little something. The Tennessee Titans got blown out. I trust that Matt LaFleur is going to be able to create a game plan, whether or not it's Jordan Love or Malik Willis. And also, I'm not buying into the fact that this Detroit Lions football team is going to absolutely hammer the rest of their opponents on their schedule. They're going to have ups and downs, just like the Green Bay Packers are going to have ups and downs as well. The gap that you guys make it seem to be between the Packers and the Lions ain't as big as you think it is. And so I'm here to say that I truly believe that the Green Bay Packers can create a game plan, specifically with the 4 receivers that we have, the threats that we have with the Green Bay Packers, the running game that we have, to expose the Detroit Lions and score points. The Vikings game versus the Lions game, that was a back-and-forth football game. And Sam Darnold is a good quarterback. He's playing well. But I say, again, Malik Willis with Matt LaFleur can play as well as Sam Darnold, which will allow for this Green Bay Packers football team, which we heard Rob Demovsky or was Tausch, who said that he believes the Green Bay Packers defense is actually better than the Vikings defense. The Green Bay Packers can compete in this football game. It just comes down to the health of the defensive backs. If you have Evan Williams, if you have Jair Alexander, you have a legitimate shot of beating the Lions on Sunday. The gap ain't as big as y'all say it is.
So you're saying that the Packers need to basically win a shootout, because I agree. I pulled up the team stats of both the Lions and the Packers. You're right, Kyle. The Detroit Lions, 27th in passing defense. Almost every other category, though, they're top 10. And especially on offense, they're rolling on offense. So you're thinking that if the Green Bay Packers have a chance, and then maybe that the Packers passing attack is not being as respected as it should be, and we're inflating their ability to stop the pass. So you're seeing a lot of points being scored, but the Packers, as a way to combat and get the win, as you put up a lot of points in the passing game.
No, I just think
Doesn't that tell you, though, you need Jordan Love more than you need Malik Willis?
No, because I think Malik Willis can utilize his legs. I'm telling y'all this right now. Matt LaFleur can be so creative with Malik Willis, where I believe that obviously Jordan Love puts us in a better position to win, but he can stress the defense out in different ways that may give you a little bit of an advantage. It may give you an advantage on Sunday against the Lions with a quarterback that can utilize his legs to pick up some first downs. This defense that the Detroit Lions have, they can be scored on. We saw with the Seattle Seahawks where they had a back-and-forth game against the Seahawks where Geno Smith almost threw for 400 yards, right? Kenneth Walker had 3 rushing touchdowns in that game and rushed for over 80 yards. And so all I'm saying is this, is that the Green Bay Packers have a legitimate shot to win on Sunday, and you guys don't think that they have a legitimate shot with or without Jordan Love, which I have a huge issue with.
I think they have a legitimate shot, but they need to have everyone be healthy, and Jordan Love needs to play his best game. Like if he plays similar to how he played against the Jaguars, that's not going to be good enough. Right, he's got to have one of his Arizona Cardinal games, 4 touchdowns, maybe just 1 pick or no picks, highly efficient. He's got to be able to cook against this secondary.
But I think it goes both ways, fellas. Right now, the Lions are just playing really, really well. I just don't believe the Lions.
They're just playing really, really, really well.
They're going to come down. They are. They had a.
So this is the game they come down. You're just predicting a come down game against the Green Bay Packers.
It could be, absolutely, at Lambeau Field. Will the Green Bay Packers have something to play for as well? Absolutely. I think the Packers have a legitimate shot. I think this might be a week where Christian Watson, again like he did last year, has a pretty good game.
So Ben's been asking a good question. what do the Packers need to score to get the victory? So what is that number to you? I think it's a great question.
I mean, I've heard 29, I heard 31. So, I mean,
those are from some guys who know what they're talking about.
Those are the experts.
Mark Tauscher, Rob Domofsky.
So I do see the Packers having to score 27 points in order to win this football game. Yeah,
27, okay.
I'm at the 27 point, and I think the defense is going to force some turnovers on Sunday. So I just overall know that it's going to be a tough game on Sunday. I just don't like the feeling and vibes that I'm getting from you two, where you just think that there's absolutely no shot that the Packers can win with Malik Willis at quarterback. That's crazy to me. Why play the game?
I mean, you play the game to show that you're like going to at least compete, and not just lay down. And like my fear is when it comes to the Detroit Lions is that they are who I think they are, and that is just a notch right now ahead of the Green Bay Packers, and they win by double digits because I know we're playing the Lions, so let's talk about the Lions. And the Lions have been well documented how many points they've scored the last 4 games, over 170 points. And I was listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy on my way in, and I don't know if it's the propaganda from Chewy and Gabe because they try and not be too overly optimistic about the Packers at times, but they spoke some facts that I've been seeing. And their play caller, and Ben Johnson, is, I would probably say, the best play caller in the NFL. Matt LaFleur is very good. But what Chewy said and what Gabe said was like, this is registering with me. Play callers are supposed to be 1 to 4 to 5 plays ahead of what's going to happen next, right? They're always setting you up for something. Right now, Ben Johnson is 20 plays ahead of the defense. And so I'm worried about the Packers' ability to get ahead of a team that is rolling. Even when you think the Lions are out of tricks, they throw something at you and we're like, oh, wow, right? I hope that Matt LaFleur has been saving up a lot in his bag to throw some extra creativity. I don't want to just see like end arounds. I'm talking like they run the ball effectively. They pass the ball effectively. They pass the ball play action effectively. They do trick plays. They'll go for on 4th down when you least expect it. They'll do a fake punt. Like they're always one step ahead. And these are some things that I haven't seen the Packers do. I'm not saying you have to do that as your brand and style to win, but what is Rob Domofsky also mentioned the aura around the team, right? How you feel and how they go about their business. What is the Packers' aura right now? I know they won 4 games. But what are they like? You know what? The Packers, they're going to do this against the Lions.
You know, something I like that Rob Domofsky said is that after the game against the Jags, he said that Tucker Kraft and somebody else, he kind of felt like the Packers didn't win the game. That, to me, is exactly what I want to hear from a young team. A young team that's not satisfied with a victory because they didn't like the way they got to the victory. To me, that shows a mentality. Now, we may not be the loud, cocky people, front runners who like to be loud and talk crazy like Dan Campbell and be in all the commercials, be this tough guy.
You're pretty good at that.
No, but I don't represent the Green Bay Packers. I'm just a shareholder and owner. That's all I am. But overall, I think the Green Bay Packers do have a silent confidence within themselves. I believe that that's understated because we're allowing the loudest person in the room to be the person that you believe is the best football team. And again, I know they're playing very well.
I was going to say, I just referenced what I'm seeing on the field as well.
The Green Bay Packers are a good football team as well. And I just feel like on Sunday, regardless of who the quarterback is, they have a shot on Sunday.
800-990-3776. How many points do the Green Bay Packers have to put up with Willis or Love? I mean, no matter who it is, to beat the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, because when I look at this, it's interesting what you said, Kyle, and hearing Rob Domofsky talk about how the guys felt dejected. They feel like they almost incurred a loss when they actually beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I look at the state of these two teams. The Packers are 6-2. They've got tons of talent, but they haven't really been able to put it together consistently. The Arizona Cardinals game was probably the closest thing to it of an offensive and defensive domination. But when you look at it, this team hasn't put it together consistently. To answer Ben's question of, well, what are the Packers going to do? What is their aura? I think that's good for the long term because it says that they're 6-2, they're beating football teams, but there's still so much room for growth that I think they capture that by the end of the year. The problem is they're not playing incredibly clean or great football today. So I think it's a good thing for the long term that they haven't hit their stride, but it's a bad thing for this week. That's why I think that you got to be almost fully healthy. You got to have Jordan Love playing his best football, and you're playing a team that is hitting its stride right now. So it's definitely not impossible to beat the Lions, but just the state of the franchises and how they're playing today makes it an uphill battle, particularly if you're dealing with any kind of injuries.
Yeah, and one thing you mentioned earlier in the week was the any given Sunday thing. I don't like going into a game with the any given Sunday. Do you want an any given Sunday type game where, the Lions do come down to earth? Absolutely. But you know what? Maybe Brad and I are overvaluing because Ainsley in Milwaukee says Kyle's cooking.
Kyle is cooking, and I'm vibing with his thought process. I mean, I've already converted Skull Brad, I feel like, recently.
Yeah.
I'd like
I'm converted, Ainsley. You got me.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I'd like to save Ben as well. I mean, I feel like as long as we got everybody else, maybe not Love, we got a shot here.
All right. Again, it's just like a shot isn't the confidence that I want playing against the best team in the NFC.
I just think Malik Willis has been an incredible story, for sure.
I want you to expound on this Malik Willis lack of belief.
No, I think you're saying the same thing I am. You can appreciate it, but also understand that this is a much larger test.
Yeah, it's a huge test. I mean, you're asking a lot from Malik Willis, and he has been impressive, and he's improved. There's a reason, though, why Jordan Love is making $55 million a year. It's so that you can take the field and go play at his best and go toe-to-toe against the best offense in the NFL. This isn't even an average team. Like, if it's an average team, if it's what would that be, like a 4-4 football team, I'd say, okay, Malik Willis, like, I believe in you.
Yeah.
You can go do it.
No,
but this is the Detroit Lions. This is a team that's next to the Kansas City Chiefs, a Super Bowl contender. Packers are too.
And went to the NFC Championship game last year and are building off of that at 6-1.
But this is a quarterback position.
Gosh, we sound like Lions super fans right now.
I know, but
you guys are drinking that blue, whatever they call it, the Pride Blue.
I'm just saying you got to be at full strength.
Oh yeah,
you got to be at full strength and playing well to beat the Lions. They're beatable, but like to not be at full strength, to not be in rhythm, and with a backup quarterback, it's just a lot to ask.
I stand by what I said. I truly believe that Malik Willis can go out there and win this football game on Sunday. There's nothing y'all can tell me that makes me believe that Malik Willis can't win this football game with Mike McCarthy, with Matt LaFleur as the coach.
If Mike was a coach, you wouldn't be saying this.
Not this Mike. Yes, your hand is up.
Kyle, I'd like to say that I am usually wrong, so I really hope that I'm wrong.
Wow. That's a big admission.
No, so I'm going to be honest. The reason why I came to this conclusion is because I am someone that likes to use the eyes test, right? And sometimes when you have a guy like Malik Willis that has a track record of bad in Tennessee, right? He comes up here, and let's be honest, y'all. If Malik Willis was making $50 million a year based off the way he has played this year, there would be no gripes or any complaints about Malik Willis. Will there be any? What? Show me a negative. You can't find one negative thing.
It's because he hasn't played a full season. Kyle.
What I'm saying is this: based off what he has put on the field, even if this is a miracle season for him, based off what he has done so far. He has not given you a reason to doubt him. You're doubting him based off the fact that
we got two $50 million quarterbacks.
No, what I'm saying is you're doubting him based off the past of what he had in Tennessee. Nobody's been successful in Tennessee for a quarterback, and they've run through multiples in the last couple of years. You're basing it off the fact that that he's a backup quarterback in Malik Willis, but based off what he has shown you last week against the Jags, a couple weeks ago against the Titans, a couple weeks ago against the Colts.
Over to the KBN Sports Desk. What do we got?
More surprises coming next.
Wow.
Brust and Nortman.
That's a good producer, keeping us on time and keeping us on our toes with surprises.
Right here on ESPN Milwaukee.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN.
Women ask you, do you love me? Why do you love me?
Wait, why am I always the one doing that? Tell me why you love me, baby. I need you to make me feel better.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, things are slowing down a little bit along 94 eastbound. We do have a crash right in the stadium interchange. It is off on the right shoulder. We got another crash on southbound 41, just past Appleton Avenue off on the left shoulder. So heads up with that. Southbound 43, that earlier accident in the Marquette has finally been cleared. Still seeing delays from North Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge down to the KK River. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, rain and storms, breezy, warm, a low of 64. Tomorrow, chance of showers, mainly early, windy with falling temperatures, a high of 67. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
What happens when you mix a 3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year with a Packers Hall of Famer?
I'm not going to get into the Kringle turnover game, so that's what it needs to be. I think his legs. Yeah.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Like the pastry
Are you guys being serious?
You guys can't put two.
I got it. I could not get it. They don't call themselves Racine Danish turnover.
Sorry. Sometimes I wonder about you too, man.
Catch him from 9 to noon right here on 94.5 ESPN, the Wisconsin On Demand app, and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. It's time for another edition of Wellness Wednesdays here on 94.5 ESPN. Kyle Brust and Nortman's Brad Nortman sits down with Wellness Director Jessica Barr to talk about Quintessa.
Hey, it's Brad Nortman here with another edition of Wellness Wednesdays. I'm here with Jess from Quintessa Aesthetic Center in Brookfield. This week we're talking about weight management. Now, this is something that I think a lot about. Everybody out there in one way, shape, or form thinks about how they can be living with their optimal weight. So, Jess, what are some of the ways that Quintessa can help all of our listeners find that optimal weight and be able to just live that life?
Well, Brad, I'm going to talk about a hot topic right now, and that's Ozempic. A lot of people are talking about that for weight loss, and we do offer that at Quintessa. So it is an injectable medication. You would have a consultation with me. We would talk about how to get you started on it. There are a lot of myths and things about it, but it is a great medication. We see people losing incredible weight. We like to do things very, very safe, so we're always monitoring body composition, making sure that your labs are in check, making sure that everything is okay before we get you started on this medication. We can schedule you as soon as you want for consultation.
And this is something where I'm sure it's very individualistic, right? Because everyone comes with their different goals and their weight management history. So you meet them where they are and create a personalized plan for someone's own weight management?
Absolutely. We see people who have 5 pounds to lose or 100 plus pounds to lose and everywhere in between.
With something like weight management, it's so critical for living a healthy lifestyle. I know that I'm going to start to explore ways that I can maintain and even shed a few more pounds, as we're always looking to do with Quintessa.
Learn about all the services offered by Quintessa Aesthetic Center at myquintessa.com.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer with the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
You're listening to Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Kyle Brust and Nortman hanging with you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776. For those who did miss it, I did head over to the post office and mail out some beads to all of you that texted in your address because you believe this team will go to New Orleans for the Super Bowl. So hopefully you got your addresses right and did the postage right, and it will head your way. And that reminded us of a song that Alex Strofe created for all of you.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter.
Kyle, you like it.
We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
Now, Stevie Sports Cards chimed in with a version of his own, and it left out Kyle Wallace and Brad Nortman, so they were a little upset.
We were hurt.
I was.
I like ESPN. I like ESPN. I like ESPN. Mostly Benny Brust.
And that led to tears and some fighting and some crying, and I'm sure Stevie Sports Cards or somebody, we got a couple submissions, right?
Yeah, we've got a few submissions, but Stevie Sports Cards did feel bad, so he sent back this.
What a bunch of babies.
Benny is the host and Kyle is the general. Bradley is the brains and Strophy's calling shots.
Okay, I like that one.
I like
that
being
was
a
good.
girl.
We're all representing.
I like being a girl.
Shots.
Yeah, I didn't like that last part. Don't give that man too much credit back there.
I like
good,
that.
Stevie Sports
Yeah,
Cards.
because
That
Ben
felt
is just the
personal.
control person, right? I'm the general, you're the brains, and
Yeah.
he's just the person listening to us, and he's calling the shots. It lessens you. I feel
Mostly
good.
Benny Brust. What happened to Mostly Benny Brust?
Yeah, this
Sports
was-
cards? I just got demoted.
This was more accurate.
We're
This
all on
was
the
more
same
accurate.
level now.
I just
Yeah,
got
this feels
demoted.
right.
Now I'm going to cry so I can get a better song from Stevie.
Yeah, I like this.
Now, JD and Fondy probably is, like Stevie Sports Cards and thinks I'm, the guy and everything, but I'm sure he made everyone else feel happy with his version.
I love KBN. I love KBN. I love KBN. It's produced by Alex Stroh.
Oh, no, get it out.
Wow.
No.
I'll take it.
JD.
Strofe, the only call out.
I mean,
Well, K stands for Kyle,
Yeah.
N stands for Brust, N stands for Nortman. You guys got
That's
3
true.
call-outs.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
yeah, who's salty now? I don't
JD
mind
from
it, Stroh.
Fondy, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Thank you, JD.
Nah, I got
He said-
shrink.
he said he-
I literally went from the mostly Benny Brust to just the host to just the the K or the B of the KBN.
Yeah.
Of the 4 versions we just heard, which is your favorite, Ben Brust?
Mostly Benny Brust.
Okay, that doesn't shock me. Brad Nortman, which one's your favorite?
I like the one where all of our roles are laid out. So that's the second Stevie Sports Cards.
Okay, Kyle?
I agree. I definitely agree.
Oh,
He-
so
spot on.
So we all hate the one that says
Spot
Alex
on.
Strope's name.
Spot on.
So no love for the original.
Oh, well.
I mean, that was-
I mean, you did a good job, but others took it and did it a little bit
yeah,
better.
They elevated it. No beat needed.
Now he's salty.
JD,
now
JD
this
and
is just
Fondy
rude.
did say he loved
We
us,
wouldn't
too.
be here without the original. That's like saying Luke Combs' fast car is better than Tracy Chapman.
But the
Well, some
original
people
is
say so.
Blue's Clues.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
Wow.
we
there you go,
wouldn't
Brad.
be here without Steve.
We sure wouldn't.
And we chose the Stevie the second version.
Yeah, the remix version.
Yeah.
Stevie
yeah.
Sports Cards.
The one that doesn't
I must
have
say,
Ben.
KBN Nation, you are an articulate and creative bunch.
They sure are.
Mostly Benny Brust.
No, this is cool. I like that. I appreciate
He's gonna
this.
go home to his fiance and his baby. He's gonna have his daughter on his lap.
Oh, she's gonna love
sleep,
the
baby,
song.
Brust.
We're gonna rock her to it. If you have any more that you want to send, making fun of me or Kyle or Brad or Strofe, we welcome that. I
Just keep it clean. I mean, I'll screen.
you
it,
can
obviously.
screen them. Yeah, calling the shots back there, Alex Strofe. Big guns.
Hey
I
Ben,
will
can you do
say-
the show instead of pick
What's
on your producer?
what's the best way to get it to you?
You can send it on Twitter at KBN ESPN. JD and Fondy sent it to the ESPN Milwaukee Facebook page.
Oh, love it.
Well, find it.
As long as you can find me, I'll get it on the air.
Your Blues Clues version of
can
how you
email
feel
me.
about Kyle Brust and
You
Nortman.
can email me at astrofe@goodkarmabrands.com. Strofe spelled STROUF.
Why did you think? Yeah, you forgot.
You just hit the record on yourself.
How'd
This
you
is
get out of
first.
kindergarten?
I was going to say the A, and then I didn't. ASTO. So it's AstroUF at goodkarmabrands.com.
That is so confusing.
Astro UF?
UF. ASTRO. Astro. UF at goodkarmabrands.com.
Yeah, it is confusing.
Well, a lot of people don't know how to spell my last name correctly.
Well, and
There's
by
a
the way,
secret U in there.
there is still a lot of people amongst our office that don't know how to pronounce your last name.
Really? What happened?
What do they say?
What happened?
I got a Strauf.
From who?
Strauf.
I guess you can't tell me.
Yeah, no.
You're going to tell me off the air, right?
I don't know.
Why does it matter?
Yeah.
Why does it matter?
I-
Is it
You got to build.
disrespectful?
You got to build a brand.
I thought I have, so that's putting. It's not going to be down a peg. It's necessary. It hits the ego a little bit.
Everybody
That's
knows
good.
how to say Kyle Walsh.
we got to do that.
Especially when everyone refers to you as Strofe.
Right. Nobody calls me Alex.
I
Yeah,
very
Strauf.
rarely hear-
I hate that. There's no faster. There was actually we had a.
This is
high up-
Alex Strauf.
We had a content teammate in town from Cleveland last week, high up, right, like one of our higher up content people. He's sitting back here with me one day, and he goes, "Hey, Stroof." I go, "No.
Stroof.
Stroof." I said, "No."
Strauf, Stroof. What other ones you get?
I mean, if they don't know it, I mean, they know how to
That's
say
about
Wallace. They know how to say Brust. They know how to say Nortman.
I mean, I get bruised. I get bust. I get burst.
From your coworkers?
Oh, wow.
Oh no,
Teammates?
No. They're just doing that to troll me. I did get announced at like away high school arenas as Ben Burst or Ben Brust, but guess I didn't make it that big then.
No, you didn't. But look at you now.
Look at us now. Play it one more time. Any version. Probably. You know what? Let's play the Alex Strouf version of the original version, so if people can get an idea of what they can create and send it into you.
We just got a letter. We just got a letter. We just got a letter. It's from Benny Brust.
That is the brainchild that got us to where we are today. And stay tuned for those beads in the mail because I spent $40 on postage. Apparently got ripped off by putting penny stamps with next to 2 real stamps. I spent a lot of money, so I just want to see if you texted in 800-990-3776 for
Ben,
beads.
I got bad news.
What?
So I just opened up the Facebook page, ESPN Milwaukee, because that's how JD and Fondy sent his. You got a few more to do.
Got a few
Oh,
more
wow.
Addresses.
Oh, wow.
But wait.
I
I know.
know. Yeah, there's several on there that we missed.
Were they post dated before the Friday cutoff?
Yeah, I see one from October 23rd. I see one from October 16th. I see a second from October 16th.
Oh boy, that's
you got more.
Now
homework.
now I'm going to ask for some more money.
No, you should have stamps. Remember, you left the
You're
stamps
right.
at home.
I do have 20 stamps.
Yeah, look at you. See, he wants the money. He wants the money.
You were very quick to elicit the cash.
Oh, yeah, coming from your two cheap
We
behinds.
offered, but you said, I took your money a long time ago, so you ain't got to worry about it. And then all of a sudden, you flipped on us.
Well, tell us about how our great listeners, Strophy, can hear about one of the greatest things that we do as a company, and that's work with the Milwaukee Bucks to provide exclusive content for them to get behind the Bucks and hear great things. You name it, they have it.
Yeah, I don't know how many songs and dances there are on Behind the Bucks, but you should tune into it. Tune into Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus Audio Network, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Behind the Bucks dives deep into Bucks in 6, a culture unknowingly created by former Bucks star Brandon Jennings. Take a look inside the Brandon Jennings story, the origin of Bucks in 6, how it became the rallying cry, and what it truly means to Jennings and Bucks fans alike. Find Behind the Bucks on bucks.com/plus, PLUS, the Bucks app, and wherever you get your podcasts. Behind the Bucks, presented by Gallagher.
Since people don't know what his last name is, we will go to Alex Strofe, Astro UF, next in Becoming Relevant.
I love KBN. I love KBN. I love KBN. It's produced by Alex Strofe.
Strofe, he got it right.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN,
Kayla Williams sucks.
on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Well, things are slowing down a little bit along 94 eastbound. We do have a crash right in the stadium interchange. It is off on the right shoulder. We got another crash on southbound 41, just past Appleton Avenue off on the left shoulder. So heads up with that. Southbound 43, that earlier accident in the Marquette has finally been cleared. Still seeing delays from North Avenue down through the Marquette and over the high-rise bridge down to the KK River. And checking the TMJ4 storm team forecast tonight, rain and storms, breezy, warm, a low of 64. Tomorrow, chance of showers, mainly early, windy with the falling temperatures, a high of 67. Weather's brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
There's only one store that gives you every possible choice in diamonds.
Welcome to Kessler's.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Cousin Subs is spicing things up this fall with a new sub and a delicious shake. The Chipotle Cheesesteak Sub with either grilled-to-order chicken or steak features pepper jack cheese, sautéed green peppers and onions, jalapenos, and Chipotle ranch dressing. And that's not all. Pair your Chipotle cheesesteak with a new pumpkin pie shake and your taste buds will fall in love. Order in-store, online, or via the mobile app. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee. Want that mirror finish on your car? You need Z-Gloss by Z-Bart. Z-Gloss is a 3-layer ceramic coating that not only gives your car that mirror finish, it protects it from everything that Mother Nature can throw at it. Visit zbart.com for more information.
Brandon McManus delivers a walk-off field goal once again as the Pack take down the Jaguars 30-27 in Jacksonville. Malik Willis had to enter the game for an injured Jordan Love late and executed a nearly flawless 2-minute drill to lead the game-winning drive.
How Matt's calling it, just trying to understand that he's calling each play with a purpose and try to think on the same page as him as far as what we're trying to do with whatever play we call.
So a huge matchup now in Green Bay on Sunday afternoon, a 3:25 kickoff as the Pack host the first-place Detroit Lions.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Z-Bart of Greater Milwaukee.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic void. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris chat with NBA writer Sam Amick about the start of the season. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
For general contest rules, visit ESPNWisconsinContest.com.
Guys, let's be honest. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men in Oak Creek on Howell Road, just south of Putes Road. Walk in anytime, 7 days a week, even Sundays. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of your Milwaukee Bucks.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Ben Brust, Kyle Wallace, Brad Nortman hanging with you, KBN Nation at 800-990-3776, or watching us on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee, in which after this segment, we will be trying some water with cayenne. Did you guys forget about that?
Cool. Until now, yeah, I did actually.
Strofe, you have those back there. Again, the story is what with Aaron Rodgers here with this water and cayenne?
So Aaron Rodgers said he dipped into the fountain of youth by drinking the elixir. That's a real quote.
Oh, wow.
Known as water and cayenne.
Elixir. He has quite the vocabulary.
He does. Well, he's one of those guys. Look, I don't trash Aaron Rodgers very often because he's the longest relationship I know in my life.
And every time, no.
And it ended in disaster.
He knows.
My parents got divorced when I was 5.
But you still know each of them individually. So that's still an individual relationship.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's a good point.
I'm just trying to make it feel better because I've been there.
Yeah, good point. Regardless.
It's rough.
Regardless, so I try not to trash him. But he uses big words and sentences to try to... Josh DiMaggio does this too, which is funny because they're more alike than they think.
I know.
They try mixing in big words that other people won't understand.
How do you sound smart?
To sound smart. Yeah.
You can Google in the break, but it's time now to hear actually from Alex Strouf.
Nope.
Alex Strouf.
Hey, Mr. Irrelevant. It's time to become relevant. Strouf's time to shine on KBN starts now.
Big voice guy got it right. That's important.
Yeah, there's an E in elixir.
Yeah, I just had the licks.
Oh, no, it's elixir.
Elixir?
ELIXIR.
Yes.
Thank you. Found it.
You're welcome. All right, let's start with the World Series. Yankees win big in Game 4, forcing a Game 5. Dodgers lead 3-1, but that's not the story. The story is the dumbass fans who grabbed Mookie Betts by the wrist and dug the ball out of his glove last night, looking like fools. One guy's wearing sunglasses at 9 p.m. Eastern in the Yankee Stadium.
They got to own their territory.
They got to own being D-bags is what they got to own. What's your reaction to these fans? Now, banned only for Game 5, oddly enough.
I think the MLB put a statement out that they would like, for the sake of the MLB, for the Yankees to lifetime ban.
Yeah, and it's deserved, but what do you guys make? I've never seen anything quite like that.
I think I was just in shock and fascinated. I'm not going to lie, from an entertainment value, I'm happy it happened, right? Like, I was like, okay, Mookie caught it. The guy didn't give up. One guy opened up Mookie's mitt. The ball pops out while Mookie's trying to grab the ball with his right hand out of his glove in his left hand, and another guy's grabbing his right hand. You can't touch the players. Like, Like this, you have to like. My sane reaction is you have to ban them. You can't touch the players. It's a complete no-go. But was I entertained? Abso-freaking-lutely.
Yeah, I couldn't believe what my eyes were witnessing. I'm not going to lie. You know, it's one thing as a fan to like naturally reach out to catch a ball. I think that's human instinct. And they've even corrected that if it's kind of like over the field of play. But to pry out a ball from a player,
he loves his team.
It was absurd.
Win at all costs.
We pushed Joe Mixon, whoever scored a touchdown down from the Lambeau Leap. Is that any different? Is that any different?
No,
is that any different?
That's like
the difference
tackling somebody on the field, running on the field.
Yeah,
this was egregious.
It was egregious.
Man, I watched the video just now, and my goodness.
Wait, you haven't seen it yet?
I saw something about
What did they think it was going to happen? Right? I mean, everything's recorded in slow-mo.
Hold on, real quick.
Kyle's not a sports fan.
Kyle's not a sports fan.
I was at a concert last night.
You host a 3-hour sports radio show every single day of the week on in the largest market in the state, and you can't give a damn to pay attention to the biggest baseball game of the season?
It hurts still, fellas.
Oh, that's such a cop out. I heard it in his voice that it doesn't hurt anymore.
On Sunday, I was gonna, Monday. On Monday, I was gonna try to watch.
Stories already getting mixed up.
No, it was Monday because I remember it was Monday Night Football in MLB baseball that I was gonna try to peruse and watch for a second. But I said
MLB baseball, not the World Series. MLB baseball.
What a wild way to put it.
I just, I'm not intrigued quite yet because my heart hurts. I might dabble. When the next game tomorrow?
Tonight.
Goodness gracious!
I might dabble tonight.
I might dabble tonight.
There is zero chance.
0%.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually did not know because I got home late last night.
Cool.
I had no idea until this morning whether or not the Yankees got put out or not. I think I went to my phone and I got an update.
Put out.
Yeah.
Your choice of words.
You're gonna think about it, and then the temptation of Love Is Blind is gonna come out. And you go, oh yeah,
I think the new episode comes out tonight too.
Oh, there it is. No baseball. No MLB baseball for Kyle.
Go Brewers, baby.
My head hurts. All right, let's go to the NFL because that's the only thing Kyle pays attention to, apparently. Anthony Richardson, quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts in his second year last week, and kind of checked himself out of the game. Well, he did check himself out of the game. And now he's been benched for Joe Flacco. Brad, I want to start with you. First on the self-substitution, secondly on the benching. First off, have you ever seen anything like that? And secondly, fair or foul by the Colts?
I've never seen anything like that out of a quarterback. I mean, it's common where you give the ball to a running back 4 straight times and they need to tag themselves out, right? Because they just got 4 hits and they're running the ball. So skill positions I can understand, but quarterback, never. First of all, this is coming from a punter. I realize this. But you are just kind of handing the ball off or going back and dropping the pass. I know he's a dual threat quarterback, so he can run more often. But the reality is, he's on the field half the time. You're only on the field for 5 minutes at a time. So I'm shocked that his conditioning wasn't good enough so that he checked himself out. And on top of that, you're supposed to be the leader of your team, right? Quarterback is inherently the leader of your football team. So to check yourself out is the most bizarre, strangest thing I've ever seen when it comes to a quarterback leading a team.
Jordan Love's got half a groin. He's still out there.
Yeah, he's limping out there. The second part is, I think it's completely fair. He's not ready to play football. I mean, he was, 2 for 15 at one point in the game?
He stinks.
He is struggling like crazy, and they have a way better chance to win with Joe Flacco, and that division still can be won, and we saw what Joe Flacco did last year. You're holding back his development a little bit, but boy, he is struggling.
Are you, though? Because sometimes you have to learn to be the professional you need to be before you can even develop on the field.
Well, maybe that should be
fair.
On the sideline. I think
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, this should be an opportunity. This should be a lesson, I think, to a lot of teams in the NFL. Let's stop throwing these guys into the fire, man. You're throwing them into the fire.
Second year, though.
And they're not. Well, he was hurt all of last year. He played 4 games last year, and he got concussed and didn't hurt his arm. He was always out. He's constantly hurt, right? And so, as you know, Brad, confidence can be fragile for a lot of guys, and the belief in themselves can be fragile, and you can literally break a guy that can be super talented. Malik Willis is a great example of somebody who got benched early on, and we all thought he was trash, come to the Green Bay Packers, and look at him now. And so I think it's important what system you're in, but also having the patience and the time to be able to develop. I don't think Anthony Richardson is a bad quarterback. He was fine last year when he had his chance to play, and he got a rocket arm. Bryce Young, I don't think he's a bad quarterback either. I just feel like they're not doing a good job giving these guys time to actually develop. this should actually be a good thing for Anthony Richardson if he takes it all in stride and understand. This is a chance for him to learn, develop, and then find success on the field.
Hey, Kyle with a good sports take. Upset of the segment.
Yeah, right?
Sports guy.
I'm surprised he even knew who Anthony Richardson was.
Great point.
Just keep it away from the baseballs of World Series, and I'm good.
Kyle, name 5 hockey players active. Go.
Oh, gosh. Mark Chelios, Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky.
I said active.
They're alive. They're not active.
Sidney Crosby,
Sure.
Connor McDavid,
Yep.
Alexander Ovechkin. What's the? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tapped out at this point.
All right, so no baseball, no hockey for Kyle.
I could probably name some more hockey players if I.
No, it's okay.
We'll come back to you.
Okay, yeah. No, we won't. Don't lie to him. Last one for you fellas, October.
Malkin.
Not-
Ivani Malkin.
Not active.
He's not active. He's retired.
Like 5 years
Yeah.
ago.
No.
Kyle, you're so late on people's closing chapters.
Man, I didn't-
Jane Austen, this guy retired.
200 years on James.
Dang.
You're so late on this news.
Matthews.
Austin Matthews.
Shoot. Austin Matthews. He plays for the Toronto Blue Jays. No,
The Toronto Blue Jays. I think this is a segment.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
Hockey guys with Kyle Walsh.
No, I don't watch too much hockey. Unfortunately, I used to.
Unfortunately, he says, doesn't sound like you care that much.
My time is better spent watching 90 Day Fiance.
We heard.
Last one for you guys. October 30th, for whatever reason, is National Candy Corn Day. Before Halloween. There's my question. We got our answer from Kyle. You pro or con candy corn?
Con. It's disgusting. There's nothing good about it. Nothing good.
Gives me a little sugar high. It doesn't taste that good, but I like them. Only like if they're around. Like I'm not going to go out of my way and be like, I got to buy candy corn. But if it's sitting there, you
grabbed it last week at the holiday party, didn't you?
No. One of our great teammates upstairs just has it, and I'll grab it if I need a little pick me up.
It's gross. It's useless.
I won't
disgusting.
take it if it's free.
Yeah.
So I won't take it.
How do you guys feel
Well, Brad,
about...
you only eat sugarless candy, so that makes a lot of sense.
That's true. I have been enjoying my sugar-free
I like
chocolate.
that he had to preface that with even if it's free.
So,
because if you know me, if it's free, I'm probably taking it. But even if that's free, I'm probably not doing
my
it.
Palermo's. So question. So what you're saying is that somebody upstairs has a bowl of candy corn just out where people are digging their hands.
No, there's a spoon and a cup.
Okay.
All right, take it easy,
very
guy.
dignified and civilized.
Just a lot of people don't wash their hands around here, so I mean, we're just passing
Ben being
all
one of
type
them.
of germs.
Yeah.
He is.
I've actually, I have a question on that. No, because these bathrooms down here, I hate the dryer. It goes off, so I always leave and wash my hands out there.
Same.
Do you guys who washes their hands in cold water? Because the last couple times I've gone, it's in the cold area. Do you guys wash your hands in cold water?
I don't pay attention.
I like a happy medium. I don't want it to be like scorching.
It's got to be warm to hot.
I do warm, but what if someone's just like filling up their like cup or something?
We have a water machine for that.
But for real, ill to getting water from the faucet when you got a water machine. But when you go to bathrooms, you just put your hands under, right?
Yeah,
in public restrooms, like isn't that warm, cold? You're not going to stand there and wait for it to get hot. You just
if there's no
if
choice,
it's cold and it's barely working, I'll just wipe it all over my pants.
The most intelligent conversations on this program.
No, I'm serious.
Well, we'll see if you're any good at it because you're hosting the Homer Hour, which means Crosstalk with Homer, a.k.a. Alex Stroh, is next.
This is Kyle, Brust, and Nortman.
I'm going to quote the great Martin Luther King in this.
Wow.
I'm going to bring up MLK. You know what he said? Oh, wow. He said, our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. And you know what matters to me? Booing Craig Counsell and booing the Chicago Cubs.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
This offense, Matt LaFleur's side of the ball, dragged this whole team through where they are right now.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
The defense got hot at the right time. That might be what we're seeing here with the Packers defense as well.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
There's a good chance you're on a budget. We all are. But she wants a diamond. You know it. I know it. And Robert Hack Diamonds knows it too, because they offer a huge collection of lab-grown diamonds, and they sell them at crazy prices. How about 2-carat total weight diamond studs for $8.95? Robert Hack Diamonds can get any size, shape, or clarity in natural or lab-grown diamonds. Don't buy until you call Robert Hack Diamonds. $8.95 for a 2-carat pair of diamond studs. Oh, baby! Robert Hack Diamonds in Greenfield and in Brookfield. Why overspend when you can save at Robert Hack Diamonds for the same diamond you're looking for? Some jewelers are charging nearly $5,000 for a lab-grown diamond. Not Robert Hack. Your visit will be worth it, and she'll think so too. Robert Hack also offers repair services and cash for your old gold. But remember, before you do anything, as I did, RobertHackDiamonds.com, and visit them in Brookfield or in Greenfield.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Anthony Richardson not being good in terms of his overall production, that's something that you actually can understand. And the Colts knew what they signed up for when they made him the 4th overall pick a year ago. Like, this is a guy coming out of college that only had one full season as a starter of high-level football. So he needed to play in order to get better. There are a lot of things that he's going to have to work through. The issues with accuracy, his mechanics. This was on-the-job training for Anthony Richardson, and you were encouraged by what you saw in a 4-game sample size in his rookie year. And throughout this season, even though he's been uneven, 5 total touchdowns to 9 total turnovers, the team was 3-3 in games that Anthony Richardson started. You can live with all of the mistakes that Anthony Richardson is making on the football field. The last thing that you want to see from a guy like that, though, is for him to tap out.
Choosing the right candidates for any office can be difficult.
My office has lots of drama.
My office has its ups and downs.
I share my office. But no matter what kind of office you have, one thing's for certain. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology finds the most qualified candidates for your roles fast, and you can invite your top choices to apply. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So, for any kind of office.
I'm really going places in my office.
My office has everything you could ever want.
Count on ZipRecruiter to find the right candidates for it. Try ZipRecruiter for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's original craft vodka. In 1995, Tito Beveridge built his very own distillery and put his life savings into it. Since then, he's won the unanimous Judge's Choice Double Gold Medal at the World Spirits Competition, the Chairman's Trophy for World's Best Vodka Tonic, and many others. Tito's Handmade Vodka is still made on the same land where he started it, all in Austin, Texas. Distilled from corn and gluten-free. Visit us at Tito'sVodka.com for recipes, videos, and more. Distilled and bottled in Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume, namely 80 proof. Crafted to be savored responsibly.
You're listening to Kyle, Brust, and Nortman, KBN, on ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com. Radio legend.
I don't care. I wanted to talk to Brent Musburger. That was for my own personal benefit. I hope other people enjoyed it, but I wish I was Brent Musburger. How about that?
Voice of Marquette basketball.
Joplin to the basket.
Oh, wow.
He dunks it. Hammer time.
And owner of the most famous catchphrase, at least in this building.
Oh, baby, that's sweet.
It's time for Uncle Homer on Kyle, Brust, and Nortman. Presented by Robert Hack Diamonds. Visit them at their Greenfield or Brookfield locations or online at RobertHackDiamonds.com.
You got to go to Robert Hack Diamonds and see Leslie in Greenfield, or go to Brookfield and tell them ESPN sent you, because they will hook you up. Everyone's on a budget, but Robert Hack Diamonds can help you with whatever you're at in your life. If you need lab grown, if you need mined and real, they have it all for you. You don't need to overspend. You can look around, you can go shop around, because when you come to Robert Hack Diamonds, they will have the best price guaranteed. I'm telling you, I've worked with their team. They helped me create the diamond ring for my fiance, and I've loved every second of it, and I don't even wear it. She does. RobertHackDiamonds.com, Leslie in Greenfield, or the Brookfield location. Tell them ESPN sent you.
Oh, baby!
What's up, Homer?
Oh, baby!
Not a good All right, everyone do your best Homer.
Oh, baby.
Pretty good.
Oh, baby. That was great.
Oh, baby.
That was good.
That's pretty good. That's probably the best.
Oh, baby.
Alex Strofe will be in for Homer, so we're cross-talking with our own producer right now. Now, Wednesday's usually Rain Man, Wildy, TVV. Is it the whole shebang? Are you running Rain Man?
I am not.
That's
cleared
so
to run
sad.
It would have been good.
Wait, you're not clear.
Did he say you? Did he say, hey, don't even do it?
I said to him last week because he was out Monday through Wednesday. I said to him, I think last Thursday or Friday when we were, crossing paths after KBN. I said, hey, you want me to do Rain Man or you want to save it? He said, save it, save it, save it. I said, oh, okay. Sorry for asking.
What about Wildy?
Wildy 515, TVV 545.
All right, so you got the lineup, and what are you going to do? Are you going to talk to yourself for the other two segments?
Yeah.
What do you got planned?
I guess you'll have to tune in to find out. We'll be talking a lot of Green Bay Packers. I'll tell you that much. I think I'll tell you this much. We have to give Brian Gutekunst his flowers, but he still needs to do one thing to win Executive of the Year.
Oh, wow. What a tease. You should save that before the 2-minute break to head to the Homer Hour with Alex Strofe.
I can do it again.
I'm sure you will. That being said, I have some cups here. When you look at these cups, there's something that comes directly to my mind. What comes to your mind?
Mouthwash, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say it looks like the cup that they give you at the dentist to wash your mouth out.
Fluoride?
Yeah.
You mean for mouthwash?
No, sometimes they just fill it up. No, sometimes they fill it up with water. You got the side sink, and you fill it up with water, and you
to wash.
I think I was going more for a gurgle, but I don't have any water to gurgle.
Yeah, that was interesting. Okay.
Then.
Oh, wow, he's a gobbler.
So while I pour this water and cayenne, can you please, again, Alex Strofe, tell us what the big word of the day is.
Elixir.
Elixir.
Elixir. I believe that would make that a noun.
It's a noun.
And it comes from who?
Aaron Rodgers, who was put on by a teammate to
You know who the teammate was?
Who was it?
Punter Thomas Morstead.
Yeah.
God. Can you believe that? He is old, too.
Dang, he's still in the league?
Do you know him at all, Brad?
Yeah.
Was he weird?
No, great guy. Totally down to earth.
Interesting. Yeah. Because he's the one that put Aaron Rodgers.
All great. I've never met a bad punter.
Yeah, I bet.
Actually,
oh, wow.
Have you met a bad punter?
Like bad person?
Yeah. Anyway, you didn't like?
No.
Oh, wow. Oh, he paused. He just doesn't want to put him on blast.
One came to mind, but I don't think he knows him personally.
So call his ass out.
Oh, yeah, I don't know him personally.
Is he a bad guy?
I don't even know who we're talking about. How are you guys doing inside jokes?
I think he's in prison, so yeah.
No.
Marquette King is in prison?
That's why I didn't say his name on the air, because I didn't want to send him to prison.
He was just
got in trouble, didn't he?
No, he was just punting in like a different league.
I thought he did get in trouble. I met him pre-prison. He's solid.
It's a big word to put him.
Marquette King was definitely just punting in a different league.
Yeah, I can't think of one punter where I was like, that was an unpleasant experience.
Dude, I sent him to jail on accident.
Yeah,
I could
real. Yes, and the only brother in the NFL that punts damn jail.
Hey, did you know that there is
pushing stereotypes?
The punter for the
Stroof's pretty good.
The punter for the Pittsburgh Steelers, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I think
also,
so. He is
African American.
Oh, look at Brad.
That's the best way to say
You can say black.
I never finished. Aaron Rodgers said he's been drinking water and cayenne pepper mixed up, and it's been healing his like soft muscle or soft
tissue injuries.
Issues. Yeah.
All right.
Don't smell it.
So were we set up? Because the way that people describe this,
I need water.
You need to smell. Give it a little sniff.
Wait. I've seen people take this.
It smells like chemicals.
Oh my god!
It's just water and cayenne pepper.
What is cayenne pepper exactly?
It's a spice.
Put it in like chili.
Yeah, I use some of that in Ben's famous chili.
It's not famous.
It's famous in my brain.
I can see it floating around in here.
I feel like I'm gonna need water.
It looks like the bad vodka with the gold things floating around.
I think we go one at a time.
I'm nervous now.
Really?
Yeah, let's go in a circle.
3, 2, 1.
All three of us.
Wait a minute.
It's either we all react or we get one at a time. You called the shots around here.
We go one at a time. Benny, you're up first.
Oh.
I'm gonna get you guys water.
Thank you.
I'm good on water. I got water right here.
I've seen people do this, and they all needed water after, unless they were a G. And I know I'm not a G.
Brad, go ahead.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, take it to the head, Bradley. Fountain of Youth.
Oh,
gosh.
All right, I'll go next.
Okay.
Yeah, that dances around the tongue a little bit.
Oh, I'm dramatic. Strofe drinking it right now. Strofe, just take it to the head. Come on now.
Oh, that hits you a little bit.
Does it?
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad?
It gets
Okay.
kind of progressively worse, the aftertaste.
Sticks around, yeah.
Did y'all feel like a tingly feeling inside before you
I'm not
drank
going
it?
to be as soft.
That's nerves.
I'm not going to follow it up.
That's nerves?
Yeah.
Okay.
It lingers, doesn't it? It lingers.
It's a lingerer.
All right.
I got basketball and I have heartburn running up and down
it's
my
very
court.
acidic.
Should I just take a shot?
Yeah, just take a shot.
That's
I'm
what we all
dramatic.
did.
If I spit it out, don't get mad.
Kyle, we all did.
Well,
You're
don't
all right.
spit it at Madison Hayes 24 on Instagram.
Okay.
Ooh.
I legit feel like I could breathe fire right now.
Oh, that's not terrible.
Oh, it sticks around, though. Just wait a minute.
Yeah, it hangs around a little bit.
It's like a delayed aftertaste.
So I had neck pain.
This isn't bad.
What do you mean
is
this
not
isn't bad?
bad.
Are you going to drink it all the time?
Fountain of Youth? Hell yeah. Me and Aaron Rodgers. And Thomas Morstead.
Yeah, you want to be
starting to catch up to
just
Kyle.
like the New York Jets right now.
No, but he's been around for
Is
a
there
while.
ayahuasca in that?
Oh, I feel it working its way down my system.
What's it supposed to do?
I don't know, but I don't like it.
I don't know. I had some neck pain Saturday. I slept on it weird. It already feels better.
Get out of here.
You're so
Get
full of
out
crap.
of here.
I did actually have neck pain. But it went away today.
Oh, it makes your tummy spicy.
Is this going to be good or bad for you when you get home?
Well, I'm trying to lose weight, so
I'm thankful
maybe
this is at
good.
the end of the show.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, whose idea was it to do in the middle of the show?
No,
I'm glad I pushed it to 4:45.
I said, do it in the Madison hour. Thank you, Ben. You don't get it right too often, but you're right.
Every once in a while.
All right, you have 50 seconds to tell people why they should stick around and listen to you.
Well, first off, I'm much better than Ben Brust. So, I mean, that's a good way.
That was mean.
I know. I don't mean it, though. Like I said, Goody, Executive of the Year, but he still needs to do one thing. Jason Wilde, latest on all the injury report. TBB, World's Greatest Wingman, so maybe Matty Hayes should stick around for that one. It's going to be a great show. Homer Hour, 5 to 6. Don't miss it.
You have 30 more seconds.
Nah, you still got to do your job, even though your tongue's a little spicy.
I had a great time hanging out with all you guys.
Bad.
It's bad. It gets progressively worse.
No, I'm shocked. I'm a pansy. Look at me. I'm out doing a college basketball player, D1, and NFL player. I'm a tough guy.
That's my
I just
job, is just let Kyle talk, and it makes everyone smile. At least it does me. Hopefully you. 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Alex Strofe in for Homer. It's the